I am spooked. It's that time of the year again, of course. I've been having the urge to do any kind of streaming for quite some time. I'm trying to be more involved with my content, get back into the usual, just because it was something I used to do regularly, and I do want to do streams of more than just Final Fantasy 14, which is the ultimate irony because in a few weeks I will be doing the new patch, so I guess that's gonna be a thing. And then beyond that, I'm gonna do the new patch. I'm gonna do the live letter, which is gonna happen before that. And then I don't know. I got a lot of stuff on Final Fantasy. I said I would stream, and that was back in July, and now it's already February. Cause time does not wait, my friends. Time only ever marches onward. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the long-awaited year of streaming, the year of content, as I'm gonna put it, as CJ gracefully walks off into the abyss. Honestly, my only complaint about this green screen weapon is that, and I didn't make it, by the way, so I can't totally complain about it, but I'll pretend like I can, is that CJ, it's not a perfect loop. That's like the one thing I would want, is if it was a perfect loop, because you could see the stutter right when it ends. Now, maybe I could edit it myself, and you could say that, and that would be a valid point, to improve upon someone else's thing as they improved upon the original game it's from. And I just totally have not done that. And I don't know what else to say. But anyway, it's been a long time since I even booted up my streaming. It's been a long time, like my last stream was like November 15th. In fact, I could even tell you, if I go in Streamlabs. Oh crap, is it under analytics? I have no clue what it's under. Dashboard. There's some like tab in here that tells you when the last stream occurred. So I guess at the minimum I'll give some shout outs to the last people who subscribed on the last stream, because I might not have given you guys shout outs, so I'll give it to you now. Jay Bohr, I appreciate the YouTube subscription. I hope you're still around. And the diehard WWE addict. Not that I have ever really followed WWE in my life, but I appreciate it. It's actually truly a good thing, And honestly, YouTube is probably the number one thing I care about. Just because YouTube is essentially the basis of my existence on this channel. It's where I came from. It's sort of the progenitor of a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, is the text box working? Again, I haven't used this in forever. I feel like it should, because I haven't changed anything. Let's see, hold on. Can I... It's not working on YouTube, because I already tested it. It didn't show up. So if I test it on fucking Mixer, yeah, it works instantly, which is nice. If I test it on... How the fuck do you use Twitch anymore? They redesigned the Twitch dashboard. It works on Twitch. But I don't think YouTube really gives a shit. Which is actually a tragedy. Yeah, like, I think YouTube changed the way their API works a little bit. So it's kind of weird. Because, I think what you have to do is you have to pop it out and then re-enter. I don't fucking know. It's really kind of awkward. I think YouTube was also having some issues with that earlier, so. Anyway, today we're going to be playing Metroid Fusion again. Partly because it's a quick stream. I wanted to stream a little bit more. I might stream tomorrow. I'm going to stream regularly from now on, and it will not all be Metroid and Final Fantasy. But part of it is that I haven't played this game in quite some time, like a few months. And I just personally think it would be exciting to revisit a game so near and dear to my heart. And other than that, I mean, that's just kind of the general gist of feeling I have, is I want to play this game again, because it's been a while. I'm starting to forget certain elements of the game, and that's not something I want to be down with, because I love this game. So without further ado, we'll transfer over. I don't even know. I could keep the music running. I don't really care too much. As long as it's not too loud, which I doubt. We'll do... We'll just do file C. Actually, you know what? We ain't even missing anything with this, to be honest. I was playing this on an emulator, and one thing that the emulator couldn't do is it could not let you hold both L and R at the same time. Which, if I was just playing a Pokemon game, it wouldn't be a big deal. But because this is Metroid, that's actually a huge deal that you're unable to do that. It basically makes parts of the game, I don't want to say impossible, but it definitely makes them harder. And needless to say, that's not... that honestly inspired me to want to replay this. But, I can't remember what my last stream was before I basically went on a break. I was a little down at the end of last year. I had a lot of stuff to do with school, so I kind of didn't do any YouTube. I pretty much didn't do anything at the end of the year. It was kind of just me playing Final Fantasy, and then once we were done, I just sort of shitposted my way through to the end of the year. And this last month, I haven't recorded every day. It's not been perfect. It's getting there, I guess. And honestly, I really want to make an honest effort for another year, because I kind of miss doing just playthroughs. But sometimes I'm just lazy or I'm just tired and I don't want to do it. It's a really weird thing, because I'm obviously still playing games. What a lifetime, dude. We truly live in a blessed era. But you know what? At the bare minimum, there goes the first message. At the bare minimum, I'm grateful for what for the people who stuck by me through my channel's history, as well as just, you know, in general, trying to push stuff forward. It's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. I really need to make a quick save for this file right when it starts after this. Like, I really need to, because you cannot skip this intro. That's like the one thing I don't like. You cannot skip it no matter what. And unfortunately, the Wii U emulation does not have a speed up like, what was it, Visual Boy? Virtual Boy? No, Visual Boy. I actually really did enjoy that. That was pretty... Being able to speed through a lot of the bullshit slow parts of some of these games on, like, your 100th playthrough is actually a tool that I love very much. Oh, no, Sergio, I meant everyone but you, actually. I love you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for dropping by. We should stream Overwatch sometime, actually. Actually, no, I already uninstalled it. Never mind. That will never happen. Ever. Which is actually tragic, because Overwatch would be, like, the perfect game for me as someone who likes competitive games. Actually, I don't know if you're still here. We need to do a podcast tomorrow. We need to talk about fucking Overwatch and the dumb shit that they had. Because Overwatch is my new favorite thing to shit on. It's not even a new favorite thing. It's just a time-tested thing to shit on. I'll write up the podcast document once we're done with, or once Toonami's on. I'm not working until then. You don't like devs? No, I don't like devs banning characters for me. I don't like developers telling me what I can and can't do in their fucking game. Especially when it's so ham-fisted, the method that they're doing it. No, I don't fucking like that. I think it's dumb. I think they could just find better ways to solve problems. I honestly believe they could, with a little bit of effort, but I mean, it's really dumb, because it's not going to matter. The system that they offer will either be too harsh or it won't do anything. But I digress. I mean, everything's perfect until everything isn't. That's what I learned from the internet. Ah, Sir Webb, welcome, my friend, welcome. I'm glad that you dropped by. I would have started 30 minutes sooner, like when I first posted in the Discord. But, my computer decided to rebel at this exact moment, so that didn't happen. But, now I'm obviously working. I'm not streaming on a cardboard box with crayon drawings on it, so I appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, I haven't really played Overwatch in years. Like, every so often I'll get the feeling and the urge to play Overwatch. Can I just make a save state here? Oh, that's right. I save state at the end of the game. Save state on September 13th, 2018. Well, that's gone. No one has recommended me to run Memory Tester on my PC, Sergio, so I appreciate you offering this opportunity to, this information to me. You know, where no one else has ever offered it before. You know, that really helps me out. It's so crazy how none of my friends could help me out with that, dude. It's so insane. Oh, why am I playing with the fucking control stick? That's just asking for trouble. And I'm glad you're here, Sir Webb. Like I said, the you and Lum in the Discord and all the other people in it. Some of them I know and personally, and some of them are just randoms who join. I do appreciate that. I appreciate you guys sticking by me in the years where my content is sparse. Honestly, if Discord existed like in 2011 to 2014, I think it would be a much bigger part of my existence, because I could have, you know, used it as like a public forum sort of a deal, and that would be pretty cool. But because those were the years I was really heavily doing YouTube, and Memory Tester just tests the quality of your memory, basically. I think my issues on my PC of blue screening are caused by memory just being bad. And there's not really much I can do about that. I mean, there is. I could buy different memory, but I mean, I'm trying to save money. And by save money, I mean I'm trying to waste it on video games I won't do playthroughs on for months at a time. Because, like, I bought the collector's edition for Fire Emblem Three Houses, because I was such a huge fan of the last, like, 2 or 3 Fire Emblem games. And I just didn't start a playthrough on it until literally well, it's now February, so until literally last month, about a month ago, roughly. And I've done like maybe 7 sessions of it, maybe 6, and I'm still probably not even that far ahead in the game. And that's why I really I want to play some more of it. And like right now, like if this was like OG years of me playing anything on my channel, I would have already been done with all 3 paths, like, honestly. And that's what's kind of crazy is, like, I'm really rusty at this. If I were to go back, like, 5 years, oh, shit. If I were to go back 5 years, like, some of these playthroughs would be done in, like, a week. And that would be my life for a whole week. That was 2013. I did a lot of playthroughs. And in 2013, as some of these friends will, some of my friends will attest to, I used to schedule out my whole life, and I went hard in the paint for, you know, I really went hard for YouTube. That's why I put out, I want to say, so many videos a day, because back then you could only do 15 minutes. Yeah, it's a long game. Fire Emblem is a long game, but you know what I always say? I prefer long games, honestly. I would rather it be a long game, because I feel like that makes it better. Like, I always say that I'd rather a game be too long than too short. Because a game that's too long, like, you could always just slice up how much you play of it. You know, it just takes a lot of time. But a game that's too short just leaves that taste that you want more. And I don't really ever want that feeling of wanting more, you know? It just feels weird. So I prefer games that take too much time. And I'm okay with that. The problem with it, Sir Webb, is that most of the games that I plan on playing over the course of this year, when I'm going to run catch-up on my YouTube channel, are RPGs. And RPG playthroughs are... they're not bad, I love them, but they definitely take a certain gusto to them, you know? They're long. I have like 10 RPGs I want to play by the end of this year, and then there's sequels to them coming out, and I have a good idea of how to map it out in my head, but I gotta be careful. Yeah, I agree a long game is better. I agree with you agreeing with what I said. So I like long games, and I like RPGs. If a game is gonna be short, in my opinion, it's gotta be, like, jam-packed with, like, cool shit. Like, one of my favorite games is Deus Ex Human Revolution. That is a very long game. I mean, obviously, people speedrun these games in, like, no time at all. But like, if you just want to have a casual playthrough of the game, I kind of understand. Like long games just feel a little bit better. Okay, I think maybe I should turn off the stream background music. Yeah, I had real difficulty doing this on an emulator. Which I'm still having difficulty. Very nice. That's why I really want to play this game, because I was playing it on an emulator and I could feel I was getting rusty, so... Part of it is also, like, I want to keep practicing on it. So what is it? Is it this one? Yes. This is literally one of those secrets you would never find. I don't know how I found out about that. I don't know if I looked up this, or if I was just fucking around one day and I found this out. Quite a time. Nothing says I'm an adult now than playing games I played when I was like 8. Was I 8? I was 7 when this game came out. It's crazy. When I was 7, people in my friends group were playing Sacred Stones, I think that was 2002. That might have been 2003. Because I know a lot of kids I went to middle school with used to, they would play a lot of games that I wouldn't have, because we were all kind of gamers, and then obviously as time sort of went on, actually I'm curious, can you do this? Yes. As time went on, they stopped playing games, because, you know, they found, you know, I don't want to say normal hobbies. Ironically, some of them who don't play games, or didn't play games, now play games. It's really weird how the future works out, honestly. It really is truly just like this weird twist of fate. I don't play games with anyone from middle school. I don't really talk with anyone from middle school. Okay. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I have Fire Emblem on the docket. I have, I started Witcher. I started Nier. I started, Astral Chain is next. I have, now what's after Astral Chain? What's after? Daemon X Machina, Darksiders Genesis is the new hotness I'm looking forward to. Doom Eternal, and just to sidetrack on that, I'm the opposite. I have people most of the people I talk with are from high school. That is pretty much my enduring friend group. I mean, things kind of work out sometimes, or they don't. Could be a loss, could be a gain. I just don't force the point of talking to people if they don't have anything to say to me. Not even like out of a malicious state. I just don't like to bother people sometimes. But yeah, I was kind of the only person I knew for the longest time who liked Metroid, and I still kind of am one of the few people I know who really likes Metroid. Like, even in my adult years. I'm gonna be 25 this year. A quarter of a century wasted. It's gonna be the worst, like, feeling ever, being 25 and playing games I played when I was literally 5. That's what Spyro is gonna be for me. Spyro is gonna be... Because I am gonna play Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy, again on stream. I don't know if I ever played it on stream, but I'm gonna play it on stream next week, probably. I want to say I'm going to stream like 2 days out of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I probably won't do Sunday this week because I need to do homework and I need to record other games. Because my channel, surprisingly enough, is not a Fire Emblem only channel. So I need to actually like edit and render various different kinds of videos. And I'll get to that, I just haven't gotten to it yet. It is a good feeling making shit. I did kind of miss it. Like, I just think the only way to describe it is like, I don't want to say like I was born to create, but creating feels good to everybody. creating some amount of content. That said, I need to stop fucking playing this game. I've done too many playthroughs. I don't think you played 2 and 3 of Spyro on the... for which version of... I did play both. In 2013, the year I worked my fucking ass off, I did make new playlists for them, is I guess what I should say. I did play the originals, and then I did play the Reignited. But for the Reignited, I just had them all be in one playlist. Because, like, I basically can beat those games in one sitting. They're not very long. I played it again on Steam, actually, because I will fulfill my end of the bargain when I make promises about games. So I did buy it on Steam, and I did play and beat it and 100% it on Steam. And I'll play it again, because I like it. But yeah, I didn't make a separate playlist, so the playlist probably just shows... What the hell? Oh, Sir Webb, thank you for following on Twitch. I appreciate it. I always get spooked when those things play. And they're my own stream clips, and I get spooked. No, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. I was really spooked for a minute. I don't know. I have one. Actually, tell you what. When we have downtime on this game, I'll play the donation sound waves. Currently, I don't take donations, so, but I did make a whole bunch of them, and I just never played any of them at all. And I think half of them are hilarious. I need to make uniform alerts across Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. Because there's different ones depending on where you sub, or where you follow. Which the ultimate thing is, I wonder if my Twitch affiliate partnership application is still open. Because they did offer it to me once, that's all I'm going to say. Check it out. Oh my god. It's the worst feeling ever. I'm rusty with some of these games. I was playing Smash with some friends earlier today, and I can tell I'm a little rusty on some of these games. This is what happens when you just play nothing but 14 and Fire Emblem. It gets to be really rough. But yeah, I got other playthroughs. I never finished Dark Souls 3, even though I started it. What else did I not finish that I started? There's a lot, honestly. And one playthrough I want to do to this year that is a virtual console playthrough is I want to do a Zelda Minish Cap. I want to do James Bond Everything or Nothing on the GameCube. Because, like, that is actually a game. I think that game came out when I was in 5th grade. That is a game because my cousin used to be huge into Bond games. Every time I would go to his house and we would go see family, we would all, you know, well, we wouldn't all play it, but, like, we would play that. He's not as big of a gamer as I am. He kind of, you know, he moved on. He did successful things in life. Yeah, he has a family now. It's actually very heartwarming. And I still play these games. I'll carry on that part of the legacy, because a lot of these games are close to my heart. And you know what? I don't think I played Nightfire for the channel. I didn't play Agent Under Fire. And I actually bought Tomorrow Never Dies on the PS1. Because there's this store I go to in New York. It's called Book Off. They basically sell tons of old games for sometimes cheap, sometimes expensive. It depends on the game, really. And I got a lot of rare games from that. Some of them I actually want to do playthroughs on. So another game that I want to do a playthrough on is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, because I got that there for low money. And yeah. You know, dude, I definitely recommend giving some older games a look sometime. Because there's a certain charm to like games like this that you just don't get anymore from games in my opinion. And I mean, Samus Returns, I guess, kind of hit on that. Because Metroid kind of relies more on its niche sort of old school fan base, as other things show. There's a lot of old school games, definitely, I recommend getting. The problem is with Nintendo games, which I think Xbox and Sony are trying to not have, is it's hard to find consoles to run these games. And that's one of my gripes about the Switch, is that the Switch does not have the virtual console that the Wii U has. Which, say what you will about the Wii U, the virtual console on this is fire, which is why I still use it to this day. But yeah, a lot of these games are hard to find. If the PlayStation 5 plays PS2 games like it supposedly can, then you're in luck, because supposedly you'll be able to just put your disc in and it'll like emulate it. Maybe not the online elements, but hypothetically speaking, if it even emulates PS2 games, like you're gonna see some wacky statuses of people playing weird games, which I think is gonna be great. But yeah, I definitely recommend playing some of these older games, you know. If I don't like, for instance, I actually was considering playing Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Wii U, which is actually a Wii game. And I have the Pokemon save data on my Heart Gold to really, you know, kind of make use of it. There's a lot of crazy games I like as a kid. If you ever, I mean, that's what my channel is really for, you know? I like to show off some of these old games and play them. So, that's part of it, you know? That's why I like doing playthroughs. Some of my best playthroughs, I think, from the golden age of me making playthroughs, which is like 2010 to like 2015, some of the best playthroughs I think I ever did were of old games, not even of new games. Like, Lum talks about Dead Space 3. Dead Space 3 with Searchter was one of my best playthroughs. But personally, I think the Metroid Prime trilogy was one of my... that was like my final good playthroughs before I stopped making playthroughs for like 2 years. I just didn't make almost any. And I love that Metroid Prime playthrough. All three of them, I think, are good. And I think the first two really benefit from the Wii controls, whereas the third is... I don't really like Metroid Prime 3. I think it's like a Halo game, almost. And I mean... Everyone says Halo, Metroid, Haloid. Which, I think they remastered Haloid like a year ago. It's actually great. I love it so much. But... the opening of Metroid Prime 3 is a very off-kilter sort of action sequence. I don't know. People like Metroid Prime 3. I just think it was on the Wii, and that helped its sales a lot. But the trilogy is one of my favorite collections of games. It's like that, Orange Box, stuff like that. Speaking of which, I did want to get VR. Not specifically to play Half-Life Alyx, which I would like to play, because I am a Half-Life fan and I kind of hate Valve for, you know, being Valve. There's a lot of stuff I kind of don't like about Valve nowadays. I think they definitely have let a lot of their stuff kind of fall by the wayside, and it's really sad and hard to be a fan of something when even the company making it doesn't really want to, you know, do anything with it. It's rough, because they just kind of made money. They made a living selling other people's work, which is fine. You know, I'm not going to shit on them and say they can't do it. But there was a certain charm to the way their games are laid out that is lost now because they don't make them. Yeah, VR games are nice. Like, How Original was playing, what's the new Walking Dead game? Saints and Sinners? And it looked really fun. We had a lot of laughs at some of the stuff you could do in it. Like, it's starting to look like a real game, if you know what I mean. It's not just like a walking simulator where you look around and interact. Because I watched him play Vader Immortal, and I thought that was just like a complete Disney Star Wars cash grab. Like, and I thought Force Unleashed 2 was a complete cash grab in a shit game, but that was just, like, unholy how much they... Oh, I did it. Holy shit, I'd never do that. I thought it was unholy how much of a cash grab it was. Not that it's not a good idea, it's just it's $30 per episode, and there's like 3 episodes, and at least the first one was like an hour long. It was really kind of bad. But no, yeah, Valve doesn't really care. I mean, if you had to work your ass off and make games, or if you could sell other people's work, I mean, and make more money doing it, then I don't blame them for it. It's just, it's something that's lost, and the community is aware of that. Like, I don't hate them for doing it any more than I would hate... Oh wow, I didn't know you could hear the SAX there, actually. I don't think he's actually there, though. I think it's supposed to be he bombs it from the other side. I know you can't encounter him this early in the game, but I never knew you could hear his footsteps there. Excellent. But yeah, I wish they would go back to making games that people wanted, you know? Like, they did make Go. I'm not a huge fan of Go. I'm more of a Source man, but that's just me. And then they made, what was the other game they made? Portal 2 and Dota, and that was kind of it. I want a Portal 3 too. I want a Half-Life Episode 3 like they promised, you know? That was kind of the whole point. They wanted to have the episodic model so they could release games sooner and quicker. That was the point. That's what they cited themselves as saying. I remember reading so much about this because I used to research it. Like, oh, Half-Life 2 Episode 3 is going to be out in November of 2011. I really thought that at the time. Because it was like every 2 years they were supposed to make a new episode. And the episodes were supposed to basically be like Half-Life 3. Like, not memeing it. That was the point. And, you know, Episode 2 ended on such a cliffhanger. They never resolved it. And Eli's voice actor is dead. And he passed on, unfortunately. Mark Laidlaw is retired. Like, if they ever do make a Half-Life 3, I'm really worried it won't be, like, the same feeling, you know? Even if it's not, like, hindered gameplay-wise, I think there's a certain storytelling that just won't be there. But maybe they could probably do it. If Shenmue 3 can get made, Valve has enough money to do it. It's just a matter of, I don't know, wanting to do it. Wanting to do it, convincing investors to, you know, let you develop something. And, yeah. Excellent. That's actually not good. Yeah, I found this out a while ago. I think I found it out on a stream, which is the crazy part. But yeah, Portal is in the Half-Life universe now. So I'm interested in the Portal 3, even though I never really played Portal 2. I hope Valve will get off their ass. It's not even like there's no demand, because let's be honest, Valve pretty much are the Nintendo of PC games. So like, if they could make Half-Life 3, I guess Episode 3 is dead, by the way. I'm just gonna pretend like the episodic thing is just never happening, because it probably is. They could make an Episode 3. And that I always thought that as time went on, like around 2015, I said to myself, well, maybe what they'll do is they'll make Episode 3. Oh, this is that one. Okay. Maybe what they'll do is they'll make an Episode 3, and then it'll be like a demo that leads into Half-Life 3, right? Because, like, that makes sense, you know? It's like, oh, okay, well, we'll start you off with Episode, you know, 3. It'll reacquaint you. You know, you're going to be looking for the Borealis, trying to figure out how aperture science ties into all this. Oh, yeah, we can't do this one. Right? Like, that's kind of where the plot was heading. It's like, oh, we gotta go find this ship, defeat the Combine left on Earth, and then none of that ever fucking happened. And I always thought, well, maybe, like, in 2012, they'll drop it. And there were hints, there were scripts. Yeah, it is a cool idea. And that's what they led up into, naturally. because I used to look into this so much, because I looked forward to it so much. And what ended up happening is, like, none of it happened, actually. Which is the biggest crime that they could commit. Let me beat this first, and then I'll keep talking. Oh, I'm jumping way early. This is a really bad pattern, by the way. Yeah, there were other things hinting at Half-Life Episode 3. I think that's what Portal 2 kind of came down to, because Portal 2 came out in, I think, 2011. A lot of Portal 2 is hinting that this is, you know, in the same universe, around the same time period as Half-Life Episode 2. Or something like that, I don't know. It's been years since I looked into it, so I won't pretend. I've been very turned off by the idea of anything now for a while. But yeah, they had ideas, they had concept art, you were supposed to fight one of the big slugs, and it just didn't happen. Shit. Oh, he didn't grab me because he was already dead. Speaking of hidden things, I was replaying Pokemon Platinum because I didn't buy Sword and Shield. I'm not gonna rant about that now, at least. And one of the things I realized about Pokemon Platinum is that they heavily hinted at the Johto remakes. Like, you have to get the secret potion to give to the Psyduck on route, whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember the Sinnoh routes by number. You meet Jasmine, and she gives you the HM for Waterfall. Like, there's a lot of hinting in the Gen 4 Sinnoh games about Platinum, or about Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And looking back, I guess maybe I didn't think too much of it, because I didn't really consider that they would remake it. But they did. And I consider those to be the best Pokemon games ever. But anyway, yeah, they hint at a lot of Half-Life Episode 3. And it's funny because there was a time when I remember people were boycotting Left 4 Dead. And I know that sounds silly, but it's because they thought that... And I was kind of in this boat, too. Because they announced Left 4 Dead 2, like, a year after Left 4 Dead 1. And they had promised a lot of content for Left 4 Dead 1. And other than Crash Course, we really didn't get anything for Left 4 Dead 1. And I kind of prefer the themes of 1 a little bit more. I mean, obviously 2 has more gameplay, so if that's what you really want, then that's your game. And I bought 2, obviously. I bought it twice. I bought both Left 4 Deads on console and PC. I owned them on PC first. I bought them on console later to play with friends. And it's just crazy to think of how many trends and how much innovation Valve is responsible for in video games. And just, it's all fucking, just, they haven't made a game really since... did they make Portal 2 in-house? Because they outsourced it to, they outsourced Left 4 Dead, or I'm sorry, Go to Turtle Rock. I remember that because they patched Source for no reason. Yeah, I bought both on both consoles. I won't lie. That was a different time of my life when I used to play on 360 all the time. Let's leave. I do miss it some days, you know. I miss the one game I really miss that I used to play on 360 that was multiplayer. Well, I miss like 3 major ones. I miss Modern Warfare 3. I miss Battlefield 4, and one other game I can't think of at this exact moment. Did we go in the room? No, we didn't. Can you solve this room this early? I feel like you can. Because maybe I didn't do it early. I miss Black Ops 1. I miss a lot of games from that era, you know? can't really play them anymore. I think that's probably the worst part about, you know, this generation of games, is you can't really play any of that. I miss the days when games release finish in the game. Yeah, I actually was talking about that a while ago. It's like you buy a game, and the game looks like it was rushed. And I guess I'll throw it under the bus here. Fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield look like rush jobs. I was very critical of those games. Because playing Platinum, right? Platinum is a game that came out in 2009. I wasn't in high school because it was March 2009. I was in 8th grade when I played Platinum. And I was like, at the time I was blown away by the distortion world and everything. And now obviously it's, you know, we have Pokemon in 3D. It's a bit different. But I was like, dude, this is the coolest fucking game ever. And then, you know, all the Johto hints, I was like, oh, the rumor mill's firing up. Right, everyone's happy because, like, oh, the Johto games might be coming. I was skeptical, but it was, like, cool to think that, wow, Johto might actually be next. Because Gold, Silver, Crystal are such formative games in my childhood gaming career. It was like, fuck yeah, do it. And I thought the world of Game Freak. I thought they were, after years of not really playing Diamond and Pearl and playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which I am going to play that too, the remake. Because I was playing that more than Pokemon at one point. You know, it's really hard to play a DS game in 2009. It has almost 500 Pokemon, over 500 forms, and it's just like this really well done love letter, and everyone shits on it. But then Sword and Shield come out, and they basically are just 3DS games that are sloppily ported to the Switch. And they lack so many key functions. They did so much ridiculous nonsense. The lying, the everything. It's just, it's too much. It takes on too much of a bad look for me. Removing stuff, removing Mega Evolutions, removing Z moves. And, yeah, and then you have to pay. I do remember playing Emerald on my Game Boy, by the way. You have to pay to complete the game. Like, I watched Surgster2 play it. I don't know if he's still here, but he streamed it, and I watched him play it, basically the whole fucking game. And what I really took away from it is that the story, they just didn't even feel like trying. It was like Rian Johnson levels of writing. Just shit happens and it doesn't matter, and then nothing happens, and then the main villain just shows up and is an asshole for no fucking reason. And I was just not impressed. I felt like the writing in Pokemon has gotten better. Even if you want to say the games haven't really so much, I thought the writing in Sun and Moon was really well done. And the characters, like, obviously, are they super realistic? No. But it was more interesting to get people's, you know, backstories. I liked what Looker's plot was. I liked what Lusamine and Lily's plot was. How, not so much. I mean, everyone cites How. But I thought Guzma was a pretty interesting villain, you know, because he wasn't really a villain so much as just a guy who wanted acknowledgement. And he couldn't get it from anyone but Lusamine, who just used him. I don't think you go up here yet, right? It's been a while since I played this, so I need to play it. Everyone cites N. N was good. I liked N, even though I didn't like Gen 5. N had a kick-ass battle theme. There was a lot. I did like N a lot, so I give credit to N. I thought Guzma, he's sort of a little hit or miss, but I thought it was interesting take on him. To be like, he just wanted to be acknowledged. They kind of hint that the trial, people who were rejected from the trial aren't really taken the best way. It was an interesting way to look at Pokemon. You know, even Looker got a little bit of characterization, which I thought was cool. And then in Sun and Moon, without heavily spoilering too much, because I know this is, you know, the games are still relatively new, I just felt like the villain was just boring and bland. He was just a villain in name alone, and that's it. Like, there's no real reason for him to be evil other than he picked the short straw. And he could have been good and just made a mistake, and I made that mistake a lot, by the way. Like, the plot would not have suffered if he had just said, oops, this was a mistake. There was literally no reason for him to do anything he did. That's because in Sun and Moon, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it's different villains. In Sun and Moon, it's Lusamine. In Ultra Sun and Moon, it's not Nihilego. Fuck, what is it? Necrozma. I need to stop getting hit. Alright, let me take a sip really quickly. Oh. Crazy how many colors you can see playing this on a television. Damn it. Compared to the original. But yeah, I just... It's to get back to the main point, because I've sidetracked myself. It's hard to play and excuse Sword and Shield when Pokemon games from 10 years ago looked and played better, had way less drama for starters between all the lying about the models and stuff. Okay, here's my new opinion on the models thing, because I did make a video about it. I don't think that they lied, specifically, like, intentionally. I just think that Omori had no clue what he was talking about. I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and just say that they threw him up there to just say something and to make people feel better. I don't think I just think that they do dumb decisions and they don't really know what they're saying. And fortunately for them, I actually did that wow. Fortunate for them, they are behind one of the franchises where they can do fucking whatever they want and still make a ton of money. They don't have to worry about it. Unlike Metroid. And that's what kind of gets me, right? It's like, Metroid Prime 4 is going to be under way heavier scrutiny. And even if it's way better than Sword and Shield, which isn't hard, it's not going to get any of the fucking credit. You know? And that's kind of... I'm going to save. I haven't saved yet. I might die to Ceres. Maybe. I doubt it. 5 energy tanks, I think I'm okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't fault you. The story is definitely very heavy-handed. It's easy to sort of, you know, pass by and forget about it. Maybe it's because I played through those games a lot as well. Some of the old Pokemon... Like, I do have a Pokemon Ruby playthrough, which I never finished because I unhooked my GameCube. And I will finish it, obviously. It's not... Unlike my Emerald playthrough, which I will do a redux of at some point. It's more of a... It's just more of a time thing. I just need to actually hook up the thing. I usually never climb up this way. There's a way he can hit me here. This fight is a little weird sometimes. Like that. Like, there's some angles he can go really low on. I'll keep talking one second. I wonder if anyone's ever made like a EDM remix of this thing. I kind of wish I was a DJ on some level, you know? That would be like my whole shtick, is like I do like old school games, and I remix like tracks from like the the less time you spend on that form, the better off your existence is. But yeah, okay, now that I'm done with that. Like, I'm doing a playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and it's very hard for me to say, like, yeah, this game is 60, and Sword and Shield are worth 60. It's very hard for me to say that. And like, I'm not even trying to shit on Game Freak, as much as I like to shit on games, game devs like Anthem. Like, it's all cool when we shit on Anthem and Bethesda for Fallout 76, and I'm sorry, EA and Bethesda for any of the games they fuck up, but like Game Freak gets a pass. It's really kind of fucking stupid. And not to mention, these games have like an unnecessary $20 markup just because they're console games. I think that's really the other portion. I missed the thing. Like, Fire Emblem Three Houses does so much crazy stuff that, like, the other Fire Emblem games don't do. And then, you know, I play Yoshi, which has all this great content. You can tell that they put a lot of effort into making the stages playable in both the reverse and forward way. And then just, like, I look at Sword and Shield, and all I see are cuts, 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 cuts. They just remove a million fucking things from the game. You know, remove moves, forms, Pokemon, even though they said that they would never do that. So the future, what is it, the life comes at you fast. And you know, like, people can say whatever arguments they want, but in a collection-based game, there's just nothing more important to the game than having something to collect. I mean, that's kind of the point. So when you remove the thing to collect, it's not the same fucking game anymore. And I do complete the Pokedex, you know, I do try to do all that. And I just think that now they're, like, it's not that that's impossible, it's been made easier, arguably. Yeah, Saris is okay. He's not terrible. Yeah, they want people to buy their shitty DLC as though people wouldn't buy a Pokemon DLC, like, for real. As though Pokemon games don't sell enough, we have to resort to EA tactics to sell Pokemon game copies. Like, I just think that's really kind of disingenuous and fucked up. Because that's exactly what it is. If EA did this, EA would be under the fucking floor right now. They would be buried and dead and done. It wouldn't even be a... Is there a... Hold on. Is there a fucking power-up in the bottom? I mean, and technically, you know, you can always argue, well, you don't have to buy the DLC to play with the new Pokemon that they're re-adding. So they're not really new Pokemon, they're just, you can finally use them. Balls shine sparkle? I think you can in one of these games. I feel like there's an upgrade under one of those too. But like, yeah, Pokemon, yeah, you're right. Pokemon was praised for not doing paid DLC for Pokemon, and now here we are in 2019 and 2020, and that's the fucking norm. And I'm not gonna suddenly pretend like it's fucking okay. Yeah, no, don't play it if you don't like it. It's a shit game. Or don't buy it if you don't like it. I mean, you're right. But see, that's how you sync games, is you tell people who would otherwise play them, hey, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Because guess what? They fucking leave. And I've seen that happen with a lot of games. You know, hey, I saw Anthem defenders say this too. Hey, if you don't like it, don't play it. Okay, and now the game's fucking dead. Because they wouldn't accept criticism. And it's valid criticism. And I just feel bad because, like, you know, you have a game... You have a game with such a huge fan base behind it. People love it for all kinds of different reasons to play it, and that's how they kind of treat it, you know? It's messed up. That's life, though. I mean, that's... I think, honestly, the Pokemon Company is kind of in a transitionary state. They're transitioning off of, like, old school using Pokemon as the yardstick to more of a Pokemon Go sort of a deal. And like, you don't have to buy the DLC to get the Pokemon, but at least from my understanding, they're not adding, like, all the 200 Johto Pokemon or whatever old school. And first of all, let's start at the top. They said they could never add more Pokemon. They said they swore it was impossible to add more Pokemon. If I remember correctly, I don't remember the full interviews and everything. They said we can't add more Pokemon. It is not possible. In the era of patching games on day one, they couldn't do that. For some reason. But yeah, they wanted to stick with that. Now they're just patching Pokemon. And they're doing it in a very smart, but very nickel and diming way. Because what they can do is they can say, okay, well, the Pokemon are free, but the methods by which that you get them, I don't think they're being added to the base game, like in areas that already exist. So if they're not added to the base game, the next option is someone has to buy the DLC to give you the Pokemon by trading it. if you can't find a friend who does that, then you have to buy Pokemon Home yourself and do it yourself. And by the way, they also have Bank, which is going to be free for a month. I thought Bank was going to be free when I initially read the article. I thought they were just going to make Bank free, so you could just import Pokemon at least up to 7 for free and not have to worry. But that's not what ended up happening. They totally didn't make Bank free. Oh crap, what do you do here? I'm sorry, I'm really messed up on this game. I think this is what you do. Yes. You need the enemies to spawn to do this? What's this? Okay. It's really smart to do that. That's like an EA thing. And that's my thing, is it's like something I feel like EA would do to try to like nickel and dime the people who buy their fucking game. To like cheesily try to get you to pay more money for like battle passes or some shit. Whereas every other game on the Switch is trying to, you know, carve out their existence. Like Smash is putting in all these characters, and you could tell Sakurai is so, you know, he's worked himself to the bone, and he's just, you know, oh, I fucked that up myself. Wow, I panicked. I didn't think I was gonna get by that enemy I just killed. I thought I would have to, I thought I was gonna get hit. I won't be fun. Is there even a thing here? No. Okay. Sometimes I do this really weirdly. Yeah, no, I knew it was bullshit. Like, this is not my first rodeo. You can't, like, we can't patch data into a game. Like, what are they even talking about? We can't patch Pokemon in. Like, it made no sense. The whole thing of, well, we can't do it, it's fucking weak. It's a weak argument. And in a collection-based game, you can, like, the whole point is to collect as many as you can. So cutting out half of what exists doesn't even make any fucking sense. The 3DS could get patched. Why can't the Switch, like it's just, it makes no sense. It's not an argument. It's dumb. You'd have to think someone is just flat out stupid to believe that. And trust me, I have defended Game Freak upside and down on so many things. Like I don't go into this trying to hate Pokemon, because I still play it every day. I just play the versions I like. But I mean, I do. It made no sense. Like the 3DS game can have, what was it, 700 and, hold on, how many Pokemon were in Gen 7? Gen 6 was like 720? No, it was, oh fuck, what was Gen 6 limit? 720 to 803. No, 805 by Ultra Sun and Moon. So there's 805 Pokemon on Ultra Sun and Moon. And, like, yeah, they were getting worse about it, because in Gen 6 they didn't forward declare the Mega Stones, and they didn't patch X and Y to have compatibility with Oranas. I thought that was kind of dumb at the time. I was like, why can't you just patch the Mega Stones? It's like, what, a couple kilobytes of data? Just push a patch out through the servers. Then, oh crap, I gotta fight this thing. Then, when I played Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, there's new Pokemon in Ultra Sun and Moon that are not in Sun and Moon. And I said to myself, that is also stupid. Why can you not patch the compatibility in? And there's also certain Pokemon that you just can't put on Pokebank. Like, you cannot. They, like, the Totem Pokemon cannot be moved to Pokebank. What else? Now they just flat out removed old Pokemon. Because the one thing I stood by Pokemon for is that the most recently released game had access to all the content, all the Pokemon, all the items, all the everything. Even that's not totally true, but it generally held true. And with Sword and Shield, they fucked it up. And I will not buy that game. I thought about buying it used from GameStop just to be like, oh, fuck you guys. And I forgot you don't fight the boss there. You have to run all the way over here first. Right? Maybe I should save, because I might die on this boss. Maybe. Let me do this first. There's another room around here, I think, that has a fake in it. Let me see. I can get why you can't trade Pokemon to past gens. In Gen 1 and Gen 2, it made sense because they wanted those games to be fully interconnected. But in later gens, I can understand that. And I won't lie to you, Sir Webb. I have a hacked 3DS. I hack Pokemon. And what I do is I duplicate Pokemon instead of importing them. Because that allows me to, push, it allows me to prevent my game cartridges from becoming barren, you know? It's like I can play my whatever game. What's the pattern of this boss? Oh, I messed up. I messed up so badly. This boss is kind of a pain in the ass. I actually beat it faster than normal, which is kind of crazy. Okay. I can get why they stopped doing it, but I just duplicate my Pokemon. It's like, why bother? Like, I understand that why they don't want you duplicating Pokemon, but one thing you can also do is you can make backup saves of your Pokemon games. Because my biggest fear when I had Heart Gold, and Heart Gold was the game it's a game I consider to be one of the best games I've ever played, because it's one of the most nostalgic playthroughs I've ever done in my life. And I would be absolutely heartbroken if, like, one day I woke up and that save file was corrupted. And I would just not know what to do with myself. Like, I'm not even trying to be over dramatic. I just don't know what I would do with my life. That would be a real sharp, harsh blow to my existence. Power bomb? Yeah. I would be really torn up because it's a game so close to my childhood. This one? Okay, no. What the hell is this? And being able to back up my saves on, like, an actual computer is a nice feeling. Yeah, see, like, you lost your diamond save. My Heart Gold save is, like, the culmination of the first, like, 14 years, well, not 14 years, but, like, the first 10 years of my existence as a Pokemon player. I have Pokemon on there from my original Sapphire, my Ruby run was lost. I deleted that. But, like, I have Pokemon on there that some of which I caught, like, 2006, 2007, even earlier. My original Diamond run. You know, like, stuff, memories I have, you know, I caught Lugia in a Premier Ball one turn before it killed itself. I still have that Lugia. And I guess I could try to boot up Battle Revolution and show you. I have that. Maybe I'll do that one stream. What time is it? Because I'm not missing Toonami as much as I love streaming. I got time. I don't know if I'll beat this game. If I'm towards the end of the game, I'll cut into Toonami a little bit. It's fine. But then we're clocking out real quick. But, like, yeah, like, I had a playthrough of Pearl, my original Platinum run, which I wiped over. My Soul Silver run, which I wiped over, you know, like, dozens of GBA runs. And just, like, all this stuff is culminated in this one game file. So I backed it up. I said, fuck it. I'd rather just back it up. You know, if people might think it's illegitimate, but there's no backups for Pokemon saves. If something happens to the cartridge, you know, you could just wake up one morning and your cartridge doesn't work. And I learned that the hard way from Kirby Squeak Squad, which is a game I really liked on the DS. I really like Kirby Squeak Squad on the DS. I don't think I ever did a playthrough of it on the Wii U. But, actually, can I even check if I have it on the Wii U? Let's just say I do. I feel like I do have it on the Wii U. And one of the things that, you know, like, I love that game. I woke up one morning, game didn't work. And I was like, what the hell happened? Like, it was in a nice, cool area, you know, no water damage. It just didn't work one day. Just someone's game has to be defective, you know? But yeah, like, I fucking back it up. And honestly, that was one thing I wanted to do for Pokemon Gen 8, is I want to duplicate Pokemon and trade it out with stream attenders, you know? Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I think that's what Broken Mirror, I don't remember, but Amazing Mirror is a game I did play, and I remember it. I remember when it came out, first of all, before you talk about, like, my YouTube channel, before I talk about it. You know, before we consider that, I remember when all these games were new. I remember when they had a Rayman ad implying that he had a big dick. That is a true thing. You can look that up. I found that out the other day. I was like, wait, whoa. Because as a kid, I didn't get that joke. I gotta find it. I'll post it in the Discord if I find it. Wow. You definitely can't have advertising like that anymore. But yeah, I was gonna trade with people who came to streams, you know, like I would make a bunch of Pokemon and trade them. You know, not necessarily like, oh, super shinies with 1,000,000 stats, but like, just Pokemon to, you know, have a communal experience. And we can't do any of that because Game Freak fucked up their games. And that's honestly the biggest tragedy, is that, like, there's so much stuff, like, I wanted to do not only as a player of the games, but as a, this one's hard to get by. Depending on its position, that's really hard to get by. Fuck. I think there's something to do in the room on the right. Hold on. Is it just a save room? I think it is. Yeah, old ads for games, by the way. This was a Rayman ad. You know, like, Rayman is like one of the OG, like, kid-friendly, not ads, but, you know, games. Like, I remember Rayman 1 was K through A. They don't even use that rating anymore. Like, for real. Okay. This sequence is a little weird. We'll go all the way over here. Alright, now we wait. I think you can race by him and he disappears. Whatever, I just let him go. But yeah, no, it's like, I wanted to trade a whole bunch of cool, crazy Pokemon I had. You know, I once bred a shiny Piplup. And I was like, you know, dude, that would be something cool, maybe to, like, trade that to someone or something like that. You know, have shinies I had, because I found some legit shinies. I found a shiny Geodude one day in Mount Moon. And just none of that happened, because those games are literally just wastes of time. Whereas, you know, I play Fire Emblem Three Houses, and every session I'm just blown away by how much care and love went into the game. You know, by a company that won't make as much as Pokemon. So that's why, like, it's like Star Wars. I think the new Star Wars is shit. I think it's a disgrace on the game. I think Disney should be ashamed of themselves. And, hold on, I gotta do this correctly. There's a way to do this without... Shit, I tried. I really tried, honestly. I should have just shot a beam. Okay, we're at the boss anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. I like that now you can just kill them with one shot. Because super missiles are 3 times as powerful. Okay. This boss is kind of... Because the screen isn't exactly big enough to see him at all times, so it becomes a little bit weird trying to hit him. So I remember having a reasonably difficult time with him when I first played this game. Oh my god, I lost my charge too on top of all of that. Yeah, like, you could do a charge jump attack. It might actually just be faster. I don't even know why charge beam works like that, honestly. Oh, I didn't even get hit there. Nice. Okay, I mean, I can take a few hits. Wow. Okay. That was kind of bad. But yeah, no. I mean, there's enough games to play on the Switch. And nothing. I don't need to put up with second-rate products. And plus, like, people have been saying that Game Freak is lazy as fuck for years. Like, I guess, like, when they're finally exposed as being lazy, like, all of a sudden people are not super down with that. It's really weird. It really doesn't make any sense. You know, like, that's been the whole thing. Game Freak has been super lazy for, like, what? Like, Gen 6 and Gen 7 and all these games. I think these guys fall. That's why I was so in love with Samus Returns, because you could tell that the people who made Samus Returns, they knew what they were doing. Like, you could tell they which is weird, because Sakamoto worked on that game, and I just found that out. And I personally blame Sakamoto for everything wrong with Metroid for the last, like, decade, basically. I personally blame... I mean, he is literally the one to blame for, Metroid Other M. Flat out. He is. Because there's a whole at-length... like, Metroid Other M, it's better than, I guess, you know, like, Anthem and all these other games. But... yeah, Pokemon, people like to bandwagon. I mean, people like to bandwagon Nintendo products, like, in general, you know? I won't lie, I've done it too. I'm also just as guilty. But I think in recent years, I'm a little bit better, because in recent years, I'm more jaded, you know? I was skeptical the whole, like, the Wii was cool for me for, like, a few weeks, maybe a month or two. And then after that, I was like... the games were better on the GameCube, and since then I haven't really just been the same kind of person about, yeah, I was not getting that. Like, I still think some of the best gaming experiences I've ever had are Nintendo games. I think they tend to generally, you know, perform to that level. But I won't sit here and pretend when they don't. Even some of my favorite games have flaws, and this is one of my favorite games. And one of the flaws that I will readily admit to about this game is that it's very linear. There's no real exploration, per se. Okay, I'm just gonna take those hits, whatever. There's no exploration, really, in this game. The parts that you would think are exploration are pretty much linear. I mean, they are linear. It's just they don't seem like they are. The game deceives you into it. What's your favorite Zelda, Sir Webb? Zelda is one of my favorite series, too. But I thought Skyward Sword, as fun as the playthrough was, it's a game I really don't want to replay too much. It just looks nice, but too much fucking emphasis on the motion controls. It became a turn-off. It was one of the bigger disappointments I had of that year. That's why, like, you had to buy an extra attachment for your old Wiimote. And I was just like, can we just use a button? Like, just use a button, please. I don't know. Like, all this Link to the... Oh, Link, yeah. I mean, everyone says Ocarina. I won't judge you on that. Link to the Past is like... Those are the two most cited games, I think, in human history. Not that that's a bad choice for your favorites. I just see those games a lot. Which is fine. For me, I think it was, what was the game called? For me, I'd say my favorite 3D is Twilight Princess. Easy. Followed maybe by Majora. It's kind of hard to say between Majora and Wind Waker, in my opinion. on one hand, Majora has like a repetitive, but like addictively repetitive style of gameplay, of trial and error and figuring stuff out. Whereas on the other hand, Wind Waker, especially the Wii U version, which I actually streamed a hero mode run of Wind Waker. I streamed hero mode Wind Waker like back in 2016. That was actually I actually really did have fun doing that, and I should have stuck with my streaming from back then. Because I used to stream a lot, and then I stopped. So Green is one of there. Yeah, I think I like all the 3Ds are pretty much just staple games. You know, like they're all really good in their own right. So there's no wrong choice among them. Like, even Skyward Sword isn't terrible. It's just Skyward Sword just is very bland, in my opinion. I actually don't remember where this is. I'm kind of going off muscle memory right now. Yeah, I'm definitely going off muscle memory. Oh, I know what you have to do. Okay. You know, like, I do agree to your message before that. Skyward Sword was a good story. It was really good story. It was supposed to be the formation of the whole timeline, which is really cool when you think about it. Like, we're getting a definitive Zelda timeline formation, which is cool. But then the other part of the game is that, okay, that's good. The other part of it, though, is that, like, okay, well, we have this full-on timeline going on, but then the game itself is just, like, the swordplay is cool, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a cool tech demo, I guess. It's like a VR thing where they, like, have weird gameplay at work. But it doesn't really lend itself to a full, basically RPG-length game. Oh yeah, Skyward Sword, in terms of story, is way more, you know, like, some of the other games are very loose with their story. Like, Ocarina is intentionally vague, I always felt. I don't think you do this, do you? Don't you do it down here? Yes. I mean, then this goes down another level, so I remember this now. No, I think they had an idea. I think they did have an idea of what gameplay they wanted to do. The problem is that the gameplay isn't that great. I wouldn't say they didn't know what to do afterwards. Wait, hold on. Am I doing the right thing? Oh, yeah, okay. My memory of what you have to do here later is messing with me. I just think they had a cool idea for, like, you know, realistic, in quotation, swordplay. And while it works in a Zelda setting, it's definitely not the worst, like, gimmicky gameplay I've ever seen. It just wasn't very fun, super late into the game. It made some bosses interesting, like, I cite, like, the pirate boss was pretty hilarious. I had a fun time with that playthrough. But half of it is me trying to get the fucking thing to work. You know, like, I'm pointing left, it goes right. I'm pointing up, it goes down. Like, I shouldn't have to fight with controls to make them work, is my opinion. Yeah, the sand level was so good. I remember that from, like, oh my god, that playthrough was, like, what, 8 years ago? I remember the sand ocean. That was so cool. Like, you have this weird puzzle where, like, the time crystal is, like, in the crow's nest. So a lot of it is just trying to figure it out. Like, you know, back then I probably was completely stumped by it. Where's Nightmare? Wait, oh, I didn't go to the data room. Oops. I'm like, wait, where's Nightmare? Good thing I recognized that I was doing the wrong thing. Yeah, now we do the loop. I remember this now. But yeah, like, that's cool. Like, I like when Zelda games play with, like, a dungeon mechanic, you know? Like, a Link's Awakening did that just last year. Because that's the kind of puzzle gameplay I like. I like puzzles that make you think about the dungeon as a whole. You know, like, everything is sort of has its own place in the universe, if that makes sense. As opposed to just room by room, hit up a room, oh, the cool thing happened in this room, awesome. And now you just sort of forget about it, you know? It's not the same when the game lacks that, if I'm making any sense. Did I get ice missiles? Oh, I did, okay. Yeah, I'm forgetting what I need to do. Like, I like Zelda dungeons like that. Like, Breath of the Wild does that pretty decently, too. Like, it gives you a room, like, all the Divine Beasts, you have to, like, experiment with rotating the Divine Beast and stuff, and it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. My problem with Breath of the Wild is I just wish it had, like, normal dungeons, too. Yeah, OG Zelda's not exactly a great game to play if you don't... The first two Zeldas are pretty rough, I won't lie. Like, a lot of it is just fucking walk around until you get it. And that's literally it, or buy a guide. It's not very... It doesn't really lend itself to, like, you know... Like, my friends and I, we kind of joke about it. About how you need to have, like, detective skills, you need to have a handbook of stuff. That's kind of what that game more or less makes you do. You either look up a guide or you write down notes. And I mean, if you like a gameplay experience like that, then sure. Zelda 2, I was watching a speedrun of it, because I myself will probably never play it, because, unless it gets remade, because it's so weird, even though it has some of the most, like, interesting Zelda mechanics. It's almost like a Castlevania game in Zelda form. But, I think it's a really interesting game. I mean, I'm not opposed to them remaking Zelda games. That's why I'm all like, okay, Link's Awakening. Now do the Oracle series, you know? Because one thing I liked about Link's Awakening is that if you're stuck, you can go get help. You know, the game will remind you what you just did, and you can get assistance. Oh shit, I'm gonna save for this, because I might not do this. I remember you can't get the, you can't get the bottom left, whatever pickup it is. I want them to remake Oracle, because it's on the same engine as Link's Awakening, so it would go very well with Link's Awakening. It's the same engine. But yeah, Zelda 1 could be remade too. It's basically the same thing. I like that Hyrule Warriors paid tribute to it as well, by the way. I thought that was pretty cool. What game was I gonna say that I really liked? I miss Star Fox. I really miss Star Fox sometimes. Because I remember playing Star Fox Command because I was high off Assault. I was like, dude, Star Fox is awesome. And, you know, like, Crystal's in, so it's this cool timeline continuation where Crystal is now around. Ironically, Crystal and the whole love interest between her and Fox ruined that whole series. Like, they had Zero, but, like, Star Fox is on a timeline, and they basically have killed the timeline by having Crystal be a major character. Because she's really a terrible love interest for Fox. I don't want to say that she's a terrible character. She's just very conflicted, and I don't think that they're really destined to be together in a very weird rom-com way. I remember that. That's pretty cool. And, like, I don't have anything against her. It's just that her plot lines have pretty much tanked this series. And it's pretty hard to watch Fox. You know, anything with Star Fox, when every single time Crystal gets mentioned, it's either groans from the fan base or weird jazz music. Like, it was cool in Adventures, and I'm glad they kept her around because Adventures itself has a very interesting development history. Right? Like, it was a rare game and they kind of took it over, so, like, it exists. It's not like the game didn't exist. But, they need to disregard Command as being canon, and they need to just make a sequel, because I'm sick of Command being, like, the last thing in the timeline. There's, like, only one good ending, and it's like, oh, every other ending is, like, sad or depressing. It's like, who wrote that, honestly? And what makes it kind of worse is that Star Fox is like Miyamoto's love child, you know? It's like, he loves it. It's his baby, for lack of a better phrase. He loves Star Fox, and he just, like, leaves it on this weird cliffhanger of a game. Like, everyone is just terrible. Like, Star Fox never reunites. Every ending, pretty much, is Star Fox doesn't reunite, and Crystal runs off, and Fox is depressed. And like, while the game is cool because it's like, it's I think an homage to Star Fox 2, which at the time wasn't released because probably they still thought it was never going to be released. It's really weird because like the whole game is like, I don't like, I thought this guy's bald too. Oh, this is a Portex. This is a really bad room to fight a beat. So I just sometimes take the hits. Because depending on what your spacing is, it's really hard to jump away and try. He's just like, whatever, just take the hits. What was I gonna say? But yeah, like, I remember playing Star Fox Adventures, because this is real lore. I used to have soccer lessons with someone who played in. We would hang out at his house sometimes. It was a cool time. I was like 7. And Star Fox Adventures was out, and I was kind of like, whoa, what's this cool game? It's like Wind Waker, but it's Fox, and I remember him from Melee. And it was crazy, you know? If you ask me any other day, I won't even remember I had soccer lessons, but yeah, they just never, like, the last F-Zero game that was made came out in like 2005. I was in 5th grade. I'm now 25. It came out 15 years ago. Or it'll be 15 this year. This game I'm playing right now came out in 2002. Like, I think August, because August is like the Metroid month at Nintendo for the most part. Like, just think about how zany that is. And it's not that Nintendo doesn't make games, they just don't make games in these series anymore. And that's kind of what I want Nintendo to start focusing on. It's like, oh shit, please don't let me fall in this fucking lava. That would be really bad. I want them to have a year, and this, I mean, it'll never happen. If they can't not focus on, like, other franchises, at least make some games in F-Zero. And F-Zero needs a game stat. Star Fox needs to come after. Mother needs to come around somewhere in that timeline. Metroid is getting love. And honestly, I don't really like Super Metroid that much, which is why I never really play it. I prefer Metroid Prime or this game. But, like, I think that's one of the reasons why they continuously keep talking about Metroid Prime 4. Because they know people love this franchise to death. And I'm one of them. You know, when you leave off on Other M and then follow it up with Federation Force, it's a wonder anyone still cares about this game at all. Like for real. There's a reason why I never did an Other M playthrough. Because I would just be bitching the whole time. It wouldn't be a playthrough, it would just be me complaining. And that, I try not to make playthroughs of stuff I'm actually gonna hate. Because, like, then it's just me saying, yeah, look how fucking bad this is. Yeah, look at how they're treating Samus. And it's sad, but it feels good, I guess. You know, like, I have memories with a lot of these games. That's why I say, like, I'll be 70 years old and I will still play Pikmin 2. On whatever, you know, weird electronic device we have then. You know, I'll never forget some of the memories I had of when I was in summer. When it was summer and playing some of these games, like, non-stop, you know? I'll never forget some of those memories. And that's honestly... How do I do this? Sorry, I had to think about that. It's honestly one of the things I'll take away from, or I want my channel to be about, is I want my channel to be a reflection of all the good times I had playing games that were so integral to me, you know, I don't want to say as a person, but like experiences I hold close to my heart, you know, stuff I really care about. I don't know if you can get anything from that room on the left. So I need to stop playing this game, because there's tons of other games that I haven't played on my channel that are OG, like, old school games that I just, like, I played and I never did anything with. And someday I will. I won't stop making YouTube videos until they either purge me, which could happen, commercially unviable, or they, or I run out of games. It's gonna happen someday. I'll be like, yep, I'm pretty much played everything I did as a kid. And there'll always be new games, but, you know. I guess this is really more of a 3-hour game, huh? Because this is like the halfway point, right? I think so. We do this, I think we go back to the ship. I forget what happens next, what the exact order is. I think we go up here, we go back to the ship, we drop into some sector, I forget which one. We try to go back up to the main deck, and then the elevator stops working. It's a really cool, like, desolate part of the game. You've never played this? I recommend this game. It's a very linear game. Like, people don't like it because it's linear, but I think that's one of the game's like, it's hard to say this because Metroid is a game based around exploration. There is exploration, but it's only for pickups, like as you see what I'm doing now. In terms of progressing the game, you basically follow the objective marker. But like, I feel like there's a certain charm to the way this game is presented. Oh, I jumped a little too much. I jumped at all. I don't think you're supposed to shine spark that. I forget if there's something over here. Yes, there is. This is screw attack, though, right? Yeah, it is. I didn't do this. I forget if you can grab through this. Yeah, there's stuff I find out about this game sometimes, and I try to incorporate it in like my mental map of how to play this game, you know? And that's why I like this game. I've done like so many playthroughs of this game on my channel. That's why I kind of pledged myself, let's not play this game anymore on my channel. Because I play it too much. This is really the correct answer. When there's so many other games to play, I play it too much. But that's why I like that. You know, that I always cite like that 2000s Nintendo as being such an ingenious amount of effort and quality and good ideas that they're willing to mess with and do their absolute damnedest to make work. Does this? I don't know if that stays down. Maybe I think this stays down. I'm like 80% certain it does. Which is weird because sometimes I think they reset. Yeah, they do. So that's not what I'm supposed to do. And the other Game Boy Advance game I remember a lot of people playing when I was a kid is Aria of Sorrow. That's another game I played a bit of. I haven't played it nearly as much as this. And this, okay, the Castlevania, in my opinion, the old school ones, has some of the best artwork I've seen in a long time for a lot of games. And, oh, yeah, you break glass. And Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, I remember at the time, had such an air of mystery for me. Because the artwork is like so cryptic but gripping. And, I mean, this kind of comes back to Konami mismanaging that franchise. But that's why that game in particular really sticks with me. Because it has such a unique protagonist, a unique take on the Castlevania formula. And the artwork of Castlevania is honestly one of my favorite parts of it. And Castlevania, basically, they decided for the sequel, it's a little brief moment of comedic relief. They decided for the sequel they were just going to do typical anime artwork for Castlevania. And I was like, but why? For the sequel on the DS, by the way, with a whole bunch of touchscreen nonsense, they had like random artwork for like anime, and it's like, but why can't we stick with the uniqueness? You know, everyone loves the artwork. There was weird stuff, man. Konami been fucking up for over a decade before Phantom Pain, and honestly, they're not gonna stop anytime soon, just because, you know, a bunch of people tell them, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. Yep. Deaths of all crew members. I know I'm skipping the story. I I definitely recommend you play this, but I've done playthroughs on this game before. I mean, I've read out all the stuff. I did a playthrough where How Original was there. I did at least 2 playthroughs of this game. I think one was in 2011, another was in like 2014 or I don't know, man. I could look it up. I could look it up at the end of the stream. I'm actually curious myself. See if we can do this. Yeah. It's cool they actually made sprites for that. Yeah, no, perfect. I completely agree with you there. Because there's a lot to learn about this game, which is why I like it. And I mean, maybe there could be an argument made for me playing Super Metroid more. You know, like, I could argue, well, oh, I need to learn that game more than I want to watch this back on the stream. Yeah, if you look on the stream, oh, well, it probably just played for you. I actually was speed boosting. I stopped, but I was still able to maintain my crouch, or my speed boost while crouching. That was really weird. Because it looked like I was, I already lost my speed. It was like a frame-perfect input, dude. It's pretty sweet. I've never seen that before. Like, it's so crazy. I can play games I played, like, literally when I was, like, 8. And I'll find new stuff. It's a really nice feeling, actually. You know, like, some games are just that, they're just that loaded with stuff, you know? Man, let me tell you. It's a good time. Like, everyone cites NES and SNES, you know, for Nintendo, but I will always rep the GameCube, the Advance era. That's just how my life is, dude. I will never not rep those. And that's okay, you know, everyone has what they like, you know, whether they've tried the other stuff or not tried it. If I had started my stream when I wanted to start it instead of 8, which also didn't happen, I was going to play Zero Mission today as well, but I guess one stream is good enough to get me back in the groove of things. Actually, can you get over here? I think it's actually easier to get over here now. I don't know if you can do this room. I don't even know what's in it. Oh, here we go. I can feel you on that. I know for me, I definitely don't get as many games as I used to. No, I can feel you on that. Like, for me, I know this year, there's like 5 or so games I'm really interested in. Okay, what you're gonna see is actually a kind of advanced strat. So the SAX chases you into this room, which appears to be a dead end. Now, what the game wants you to do here is to use a power bomb, but that destroys this pillar over here on the right. The SAX just patrols the room constantly. So if you just jump and fire a bomb, you can just get out of here because these are normal bomb blocks. I learned that so late in my career playing this game. He doesn't chase you into this room. So once you're in this room, you're fine no matter what you do. But I never knew that, you know, like, as a kid, I was like, oh, the obvious answer is to use a power bomb. So really, there's only one mandatory SAX chase sequence, I believe. And that's in Sector 2, which is coming up on our way back. Because now we just retrace our steps out of Sector 5. I'm starting to remember the game. The game, I just didn't really remember that opening portion, or the middle portion of the game. I mean, we kind of still are in the middle portion of the game. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm getting hit a little more than usual, which means I'm going to have a rough SAX fight at the end of the game. Okay. Yeah, Doom got delayed, but I'm okay with delays, you know, if they feel like the quality of product isn't up to snuff, I'm not gonna fault them. After Anthem and all these other games, delay it, I don't care, man. I'd rather a game come out a year later than it be fucking bad and bad forever. And then you got a DLC nickel and dime it. And then you blame the fans when the fans didn't buy it. The only game last year I did not get that was apparently really good. Yeah, Doom's in March. March 22nd, I think. The only game last year that was good that I didn't get, that I thought was going to be shit, was Fallen Order. But apparently, they made a good game, so maybe I'll pick that up at some point. And credit to them. I'm glad that Respawn at least knows how to make a good game, because Lord knows DICE does fucking not know how. And that honestly irks me, because the Mirror's Edge reboot was a game I was really looking forward to. That was shit. Yeah, my friend, How Original swears by that. He swears by 3 games I haven't played. Fallen Order, Horizon Zero Dawn, and God of War. And I will play all 3 of them at some point. They are not high on the priority chart, because I'm so far behind on other stuff. Like, I got 2 Sword Art games I want to play. This is actually we're coming up on one of the coolest parts of this game, in my opinion. This part is so unique because you kind of feel like you're off the range, just sort of doing what you gotta do. I love this part of the game. It's a very unique portion of the game. Usually I hate segments of the game where it's like the power's off and stuff. Especially in Luigi's Mansion, it wasn't a very fun portion. Oops. Yeah, you can't grab 3 blocks above you. Who could this be? See? What, she doesn't have a meltdown in this game over it? God, I hate Other M. Other M is just a fucking shit show. I'm sorry. I could never forgive that. I mean, like, he didn't murder somebody, but he damn near murdered his own franchise with that game. Other M is just a nightmare of a fucking video game. It's so terrible to treat Samus like that. Okay, you know what? Let me say this. You want to know how you fix Other M? You don't. It's too late. But if hypothetically you were to fix Other M, what I would do is I would, let's say like I have budget at Nintendo to make a remake. Here's how I would fix Other M. I forget how to get this. How do you get this? Oh, okay. I would set Other M as a pure prequel. By setting Other M as something that happened before Samus's, quote, 0 mission, you eliminate the baby, which is one thing that everybody hated. It became a fucking internet meme to say the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby. It was like listening to Justin Bieber all over again. Roughly around the same time, too. And you basically can play off the fact that she looks at Adam Malkovich as a father. But that would require Sakamoto to understand why people like Samus, and he clearly did not. I'm not going to get too deep into that. Other M, I will never do a playthrough on Other M. If I do... Okay, you want to know how I do a playthrough on Other M? I beat the game off stream, off recording, and then I watch the video format of it. Because the game, when you play Other M, when you beat it, there's a cutscene viewer. This part is actually a little hard too. The enemies start to do a lot of damage. When you beat it, there's a cutscene viewer, and what you can do with the cutscene viewer, I forget which way to go actually. I think you just drop all the way down, right? Or it's something like over here or some shit. No save rooms, by the way. I actually forgot there's no save rooms in this portion of the game. Is it this room? Oh, crap. Yeah, it is. When you beat... Yeah, I really think that what Sakamoto wanted to do is he wanted to try to characterize Samus in his own way, and he failed because I don't know how he failed, honestly. But I think he really wanted to make, like, a Hideo Kojima-style Metal Gear Solid game with, like, massive plot conspiracies and intrigue and stuff. And it's cool when Kojima does it, because I feel like Kojima understands that a bit more. You know, whatever you want to say about the story of Metal Gear, I think he at least presents that kind of story a bit better. Whereas Sakamoto cannot and does not. And, I mean, that's just what he's not good at. And, unfortunately for Other M, it really suffers from being poor in that regard. And it's really a tragedy, because it should have been the best Metroid game, and it ends up being the worst, and the one everyone hated and panned. And the only people I've seen who say it's a good game are people who just like science fiction, and they don't really care for Metroid. So they're like, oh, it was a cool sci-fi story. I mean, sure, but it's meant to be a Metroid. And it failed at that pretty badly. By shitting on the main character. Much like Star Wars Episode 8, you don't really shit on the main character and get away from the ire of the fan base for free. That generally does not happen. Oh, this is one of the coolest bosses, and also one I can suck at. I love this boss. The music is so good. I'm trying to dodge and shit. I think sometimes you could just stand in the corner and be fine. Oh shit. I forgot that this happens. This is sometimes the worst portion of the fight. The strategy I found that works is to literally just sort of stand in one position and shit up. Sometimes he'll do short spins and you won't really escape. Now just a normal fight. I like how the super missile upgrade didn't really do anything to damage in its core X. Unless you want to say that like the core X got stronger. I mean, it's easy because I know what to do because I've played it so many times. I used to play this at night. I think every kid did this. I used to play this under the covers at night on my SP and just like with no volume. And I would just play a lot of these games at night. And it was really just like this surreal experience. That was honestly how I started staying up super late all the time. So a lot of that comes from this, you know. It's like, oh, I'm up super late. Yeah, everyone did it. I remember the first day I got Pokemon Diamond, actually. We were talking about that earlier. I stayed up late playing it. Because that was like 4th grade, I think. Was it? Might have been 7th grade, 6th grade. Who cares? The point is I was in grade school. Yeah, I would play until like 2 or 3 in the morning and then be like, yeah, I don't want... See, back then I had discipline, though, Web. By the way, these enemies are some of the worst in the game. They deal massive damage for really no reason. And they are really hard to dodge. I don't think there's anything up here. Yeah. You can just power bomb that. But this is where you're actually supposed to go. But yeah, I used to have way more endurance, I guess. I would intentionally go to sleep after a point. Then I used to stay up on my laptop and I just pass out. I didn't really care. I used to play WoW back then. That was when my great Nintendo exodus in like 2007. I was like, or 2006. I was like, yeah, Twilight Princess was cool, but I'm not gonna progress, or I'm not gonna play Wii games. I thought Wii games were lame. I didn't really like them. This portion of the game, the only reason I stopped is because this is the only mandatory chase sequence, and it's kind of hard if you don't know what to do. As long as I don't fall on him, I'm fine. You have to get caught by the SAX here. I tried. Okay, I feel fine. What's my opinion on Warcraft 3 Reforged? Okay, let me recap my WoW, or what was it? What fucking stream did I do? By the way, you can reattract his attention. He can actually see you hop over the pillar, by the way. They actually figured out a way around that, though. If he sees you hop over the pillar, and you don't want to, like, have to... Like, basically what he does is this. I'll answer that in a second. He constantly tries to get over the pillar, but the SAX, contrary to what you might think... By the way, hello, Miguel Anello. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you dropping by. But, what he'll do is he'll constantly hop over, and the SAX is very simple AI, and he can't actually make it over. So he'll just constantly do that. If you crouch in this little hole, he actually doesn't just shoot you, he just constantly jumps over you. There's a lot of weird exploits you could do messing around with the SAX. There's a video on YouTube, I think it's called Yakety SAX or something. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm bad at names on Twitch. I'm not too great on it. But I appreciate you dropping by. But yeah, so about Warcraft 3 Reforged, I was going to get it. I had it pre-ordered, right? So in 2018 when they announced it, they were like, okay, this is gonna happen. If you want to buy it, it's up for pre-order on BNet. This is my first... No, this is not my first time playing this game. I have played this game to hell and back so many times. But I'm playing it to kind of reacquaint myself with it, because I haven't played it in a few months. And I love this game, by the way. I've done numerous playthroughs on it, on my YouTube channel, etc., etc. I won't shill my stuff. If you know where to find it. It's down below. I always feel bad shilling myself. It's something I never could get used to, so. But yeah, they shilled it, or they shilled it. They were like, oh, buy Warcraft 3 Reforged. It's like Warcraft 3, everyone loves it. And Warcraft 3 to me is like catnip. It's one of the games I consider to be one of the most fun gaming experiences I've ever had in terms of the story. I was a huge fan of World of Warcraft at the time. I loved it. And then the whole thing with China happened. This is before the coronavirus, by the way. The whole thing where the Diablo Immortal thing happened. I forget what the other thing happened with Blizzard was. Oh, this fight is terrible. This is probably my least favorite fight in the game. Just because you gotta do a lot of micro. Can you hit it like this? Those flowers on the floor can be really annoying to try to get out of if you're not used to it. You need to jump a certain way to get out of them. I panicked. Okay, we're done. Powerbomb works on that? I've just never tried that, honestly. What, does it kill the flowers shooting the things, or does it just clear the particles? I've actually never tried that. But yeah, they were like, Warcraft 3, dude, you gotta buy it. And then the China thing happened where what was it, the Overwatch stuff? I was really kind of dumb with Blizzard at that. They make you pay for Warcraft, what is it, the classic WoW. You have to buy a WoW sub. I was like, why the hell do I need to buy a sub to the game I don't want to play intentionally? That defeats the whole purpose, so I didn't resub to that. I always said if they offered it for 5 months, if they offered WoW for $5 a month, I would have probably replayed WoW Classic. But they know that people would just play WoW Classic. Yeah, I guess it would destroy it. No, I'm talking about Warcraft Reforged. Like, I did have it pre-ordered, and then I canceled the fucking pre-order. I'm like, no. And now, apparently, that was the right thing to do, because apparently the game runs on JavaScript, and it's just apparently a massive coding mess. Apparently, it's awful. And I don't know how Blizzard could have messed that up. I've talked about Overwatch before, on a side note. I don't really like Overwatch anymore. It's just a me thing, though. I don't know, Dr. Webb, or Sir Webb. all I know is that I canceled it for something completely unrelated, and no, it was the Hong Kong protests, and they were like, I forget what the whole thing was. It's been a while, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not giving them money. I was being real petty about it because of the WoW thing and other things. I'm just like, I'm not giving them any more money, and so I did, and then now apparently it's a mess, and I love it. So if I wanted to play Warcraft 3, I can always play whatever. Let's talk about bread. I like, what do I like? I like hoagie rolls. I like anything that you could put a Philly cheesesteak on, you know? Philly cheesesteaks are awesome, by the way. He was in my hitbox, which is pretty cool. I do like bread. I like, French toast, you know, when you use it for breakfast. You know, I used to make that. I'm actually a decent cook, believe it or not. I can make my own food. I can make some stuff, you know. I'm alright with it. Also, that's one of what I forgot to say, Dr. Sir Webb, is that's one of the few times we went, between sectors without using elevators. Overwatch is falling apart for not actually having new content. I can tell you what Overwatch is messing up. Actually, Searchter 2, who's a friend of mine who used to play it a lot and doesn't play it anymore, he could tell you directly what's wrong with Overwatch. Because he actually played it on, like, kind of competitively. Part of it is no new content. Part of it is they do weird stuff with the development of Overwatch. They, how do I say it? They just do weird shit. And then they always find a way, every single time I watch a developer update, they find a way to, like, contradict what they said before. And it's really, like, weird. So before they said they couldn't have a PTR on console, and they didn't want to reward people for it. Now they found a way to have a PTR on console with the experimental card. Then they're talking about making the balancing 1-3-2, 1 tank, 2 healers, 3 DPS. Yeah, the history mode, I guess that's story mode. I kind of haven't really followed Overwatch, I'm not gonna lie. It's been like such a bland topic. It's like, they botched a lot of it. They just know it's popular, and people play it, and that's good enough. But the real thing that they want to do is, like, they say things like, okay, we want to decrease DPS queue time, right? So if anyone has ever played an MMO or any game that uses that formula, there's always, like, tank healer DPS. Oh yeah, game modes, yeah. But I mean, who even likes, like, I hate 2CP, by the way. I never liked it, even when I did play it. I always thought the best was either hybrid, pure payload, or King of the Hill. I never liked 2CP, and I think a lot of people don't like 2CP. But basically, they do a whole bunch of weird stuff. They're like, okay, well, we'll do this, we'll roll it back. And I do appreciate their promise to try to balance the game faster and more aggressively. But then they basically introduce Blizzard-sanctioned hero bans, which makes no sense to me. I haven't played TF2 in years. But I mean, I could see why someone would want to play TF2 before they play Overwatch. I mean, and now they're just basically waiting to drop Overwatch 2. They basically did pull a Left 4 Dead. Just, their game lasted, what, 3 years? And even the pro players are making fun of it. Like, I just feel like the siege system works the best. As little siege as I play, as my friends will tell you anyway. I just think the siege system works, and there's no reason why they just can't do that. Okay, this room, when you fall down it, I forget, but you can, like, you could, like, bust that wall open while falling down. You don't have to do it later, but if you fall down, you either climb up on that, or you jump. I don't have high hopes for Overwatch 2, and honestly, I'm glad I don't have to pay for it, because I don't care about story mode in Overwatch, so I'm okay. I don't have to worry about it. I uninstalled Overwatch. I really have no intention of playing it. I won't pretend like I play it. But they do need to make more content, and they do need to balance the game more. I agree with those 2 points. But a lot of it is, and I don't want to say anecdotal balancing, but like a lot of times they do very questionable balancing changes. I mean, people will like it or they won't. I just really find it's this weird fucking thing I like to watch. They do weird things on the forums. You're not allowed to criticize the dev team. That usually just doesn't end well, period. And I think Overwatch, I don't want to say it's not making money, because clearly it is. It's just, I don't think it's the same hotness it was in 2016. I mean, yeah, they do. I mean, because once you add a certain amount of people, you can start having hero builds. I'm going to actually save, because Nightmare is sometimes hard. If you can't reset them properly, it's kind of hard to beat. Maybe I'll take a sip before I actually fight him. Right? It's just okay. I lost my train of thought because I want to do that. Because you can act like they want you to get baited into doing this. This is probably the hardest boss in the game, maybe. And I don't want Overwatch to die. I think it has a lot of potential, a lot of cool storytelling, and they just insist on doing. It's like DICE. They insist on doing weird shit to appease like no one. I didn't hit anything there. I didn't hit anything there. Fantastic night fight. I mean, hell, having Other M be a massive prequel to this series could have changed a lot. And I honestly, when I first heard about Other M, I legitimately thought it was going to be a prequel. And that turned out to totally not be the case. I was like, oh, cool, it'll tie into all these games and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it'll always have a ridiculous group of people playing. But the thing is that they need to sell loot boxes. I think that might be partially why they're trying to fit more DPS players in. If you want me to be a conspiracy theorist, I think part of that is the case. Because like any game where it's like tank healer DPS is always the role that's the most played. That's just how the universe works, right? I don't know why you I don't know what to tell you if you don't personally know that. But if someone doesn't understand it. Look at this slowdown. Holy shit. Oh god. Okay. This boss is kind of annoying because he moves very quickly, and sometimes it's hard to reset his face. Woo! Let's see if I can kill him. Yes, okay. This is a very hard boss if you can't kill him quickly, because the more you get hit by him, it gets worse. So thankfully, I've only played this fight a million times. But, yeah, I mean, I know people still play GTA. I didn't really like GTA 5. I was hoping we'd get more of a single-player approach to it. But Rockstar, they make a lot of money. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend, so. Yeah, Other M. Other M, we talked about a little earlier in the stream. I will never play that game again. Or I will, but I won't make a, I won't make a playthrough on it, because I do playthroughs. Oh wow, 2 reds. That's actually rare, I think. I've never seen that before. Maybe it's just... I like the suit, yeah. The suit of the Samus's thing is really cool. Everything else, I had no clue what Sakamoto was doing. I don't know if he was jealous of Retro, you know, making his own franchise, doing it better than he'd done it. I don't know what went on in his development. Whatever it was really silly and stupid. The plot was... The only way I could describe absurdity of that plot and Samus's awful PTSD scene is... And you know what? There's a good way to have Samus have PTSD. But at that point in the timeline, it doesn't make any sense. And that's, I think, the #1 complaint that people say. It's not that she has, you know, she's literally triggered on the sight of Ridley. It's more that when she's, you know, when she gets re-exposed to him, it doesn't... Yeah, I did like the laser stuff. It doesn't really make any sense within the timeline of the series. And Metroid is a game... Oh, I always fall for that one. There you go. Just, if you use a power bomb in this room, I'll show you what happens. Oh, good. It raises a pillar right there. So you have to sort of memorize the position. But yeah, like, Samus looks cooler. The only complaint I have about her looks is the gravity suit thing. Apparently purple isn't a cool color. I don't know if it's like some weird color in Japan, like the color of death. I thought that was pink though. But yeah, he just really did not like it for some reason. He's like, oh, well, this time she'll have a pink aura around her. And I don't know why that was decided to be the thing to do, but it was. They went with it. Like, it's in the game. He acknowledged he didn't want to do that. Otherwise, like, I would set it at the start of the timeline, because then you could have, like, a 16-year-old Samus finally facing off against Ridley. Like, you know, it would make more sense. It would make more sense that she listens to Adam, you know, without a single thought in her mind that he might be wrong or whatever. We could have this conspiracy theory. It's just, I don't know, man. As someone who was a huge Metroid fan, largely because of Prime in this game, it just rubbed me the complete wrong way that they did pretty much everything they did in that game. The mistake of previous graphics. I mean, sure, I just think that having an aura around her is kind of dumb. Like, I don't mind the purple color. Purple's my favorite color. I swear that's not why I like it. Like, the sole reason. I just think it's cooler when it's, like, an actual suit upgrade as opposed to, like, this weird aura effect. There's a lot of instant death in the game. You know, it just doesn't feel like a Metroid game. It feels like a God of War game. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I get you. Yeah, the blue on the gravity suit is cool. I mean, this game doesn't really matter, but you could argue this game, it's not really the true suit, so, I mean, whatever. Oh yeah, Sir Webb, if you're still here, I'm not gonna spoil the plot of this game for you, but I'll say this game ends on a cliffhanger. And this game came out in 2002. Like literally, the concept of YouTube and playthroughs. Well, no, the earliest playthrough I think is like 1980 something. It's some dude recording a camera at like a family party or something. But like, you know what that means for me as a kid? As a kid, I thought like, oh, this is gonna get continued in like 2 years. It's gonna be awesome. You know, all the stuff's gonna go down. I don't know. This is an old bomb. I don't know with that. By the way, no water in here. Yeah, I was 7 when I beat this game. I beat this game before I beat Prime. I remember, and Prime took me longer because Prime has way more backtracking. You're right. Now you're starting to understand me, Sir Webb. I'd be thinking about the game constantly. That's all I do with this game. That's how I love it so much. You know, I played it so many times. Actually, don't know. I kind of like I don't want to say frame perfect, but like a really pixel precise jump. Now you're starting to understand my pain. And like there were so many hints on the internet. Oh, Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread's coming. And we did get an acknowledgement, I think, in Metroid Prime 3. I don't know why I did that again, actually. Let's see if I can get the, nope, I didn't get any of it. I mean, honestly, Miguel, what I'll say is, like, I don't understand that. Like, I understand what you said. I don't understand Sakamoto's logic behind it, though. I think his logic is really just kind of weird. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I kind of always end up being one. I think he saw what happened with MGS4, and he kind of wanted to make a weird MGS4 God of War mix, if that makes any sense. Because the gameplay is kind of like God of War. It's like an action game, kind of. The gameplay is not the worst. It's just not great. And I think he wanted to emulate that, which is fair enough. I mean, you know, it could work. And it's more or less probably the only redeeming part of the game. He got stuck. I don't know how that happened. And, like, people, like, it's just, people are fine with it, you know? Like, nobody complained about the graphics suit being purple. That wasn't a complaint. First of all, the Japanese don't buy Metroid at all. Yeah, no, I agree. They need to focus on Prime 4. Unless the next game is like another remake, they need to focus on Prime 4 as their next major thing. But yeah, like, the Japanese don't buy Metroid. And part of it, I don't know if it's because it's based off of a Western movie, or if it just doesn't, it just probably didn't hit off in Japan the way they hoped. So the only real money they get is from America. Like, Metroid goes to Japan and it sells like maybe 200,000 copies. It comes to America and it sells 2 million. Easy. And I like that. I don't like that. I mean, I would like it to be more popular, but that's just how reality unfolded for Metroid. It's sad, you know. I think everyone here loves it, but... Well, I'm guilty of that too, so I'm very guilty. I'm part of that problem, but... Yeah, like, that's why when I want to make a playthrough of a game, I try not to look up anything before I play it. Because once you look up, you know, a lot about a game, you kind of just know everything. So, like, that's why I do playthroughs and I just try to, you know, play it legitimately, I guess. I had a feeling. Unless I'm really stuck. Because sometimes games are very cryptic. I can kind of get an understanding of why people look stuff up. But yeah, I bought Other M and I thought it was going to be the hottest fire ever, and I was so disappointed. I was really disappointed with that. Now, I won't say Prime 4 is the last shine, but I think that if they can't nail it this time, I don't really think a lot of people have faith in it. Which is weird because Metroid is like one of their, I don't want to say star franchises. You can actually break those, there's no reason to. You have to like do weird jumps while spin jumping, and I'm not doing that. The problem with it is that like they've messed up too many Metroid games. They had Federation Force, which was passable, but after Other M, they messed that so badly up. Forward something. Is there something in that aspect? I'm not trying to get 100%. I'm just playing it. I know it's weird though, because when I play this game, I kind of end up more or less doing everything anyway. Or most of it at least. I don't think I've ever 100% this game. Yeah, Metroid doesn't sell much. It doesn't sell like Zelda, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Mario, Smash, Mario Kart. And it's so, I get so sad, man. You guys don't understand. That really hurts me sometimes. It's like, I love these games. I love the atmosphere. I love the feeling. You know, when the only VR game I had fun with when I played VR, like the 1 or 3 times I played it, was a mod of Metroid Prime. And I was like, this is the coolest shit ever, and it's not legitimate, and it will never happen. Which is fine, I mean, they don't need to make it VR, Now, I don't disagree with you, Sir Webb, but a lot of times word of mouth has led a lot of people astray. For instance, hey, if you talk to the Moss Deep Center Man 180 times, he lets you go up and catch Deoxys. But you want to know what's funny about that is they put it in the remakes. I mean, you don't talk to him 180 times, but you do go to Moss Deep, you get a spacesuit, and you go to space. And I actually did like Game Freak for that. I said, that's pretty cool. They literally took, like, internet lore and made it an official part of the Pokemon canon. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. I was really impressed. I was like, dude, that's like listening to the fans. Actually, I don't know what's down here. Oh, it links back. Okay. I was like, this is awesome. What a time. I just wish Metroid would sell more so Nintendo would give it the love it deserves. Like, that's actually a very interesting collision I just had. I know how it happened, I just think it's very interesting that it happened. Like, Fire Emblem, I'm glad that Fire Emblem is back, even though I don't know why it ever left. It's over here, right? Yeah, you just don't need it. There's no real reason to backtrack this much. Actually, what is it? There's a, the reason a Fusion be not that sale is because they decided not to wait a while to Metroid Prime to calm down. So yeah, I wish they would remake it though. I still do. I really stand by that. I feel like, not that I'm like some guru who can predict if they're gonna make a ton of money off it. Just more. Just more. I like the 2000s when they had a new Metroid game, like, I don't want to say every year, but pretty routinely, you know? This is all unnecessary, by the way. I don't know what it is. I actually forgot that this is here. I never collect this. Like, that's just a missile expansion I just never get. There's actually a couple of weird things you can do in Ocarina. I actually played Ocarina of Time last year. It was a fun playthrough. I didn't like the summer. Oh shit, you again? Can I just not? Let's not. How about that? I hate these guys. Because you can't really stack them. They're really fast. Okay, good. Yeah, I feel that way too. I mean, if you talk to someone else, they'll say the 90s. You talk to someone else, get a completely different answer. I just feel like a lot of the games I consider to be the best games I ever played came out in the game era. And that's because I grew up in that era, so it's the ultimate bias, I guess. You know, it's like, hey, of course the stuff I played I thought was the best. That's why I want to do a lot of playthroughs on some of these other games I never played. Okay, we can leave here. This is there. What? Is there something hidden there? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, I was like, no, it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry. I was just confused. I'm like, maybe you know something I don't. I can add it to my list of knowledge about what to grab in this game. But yeah, like, I feel like so many games. The best Christmas I ever had was Mario Kart Double Dash, by far. Mario Kart Double Dash was by far my he says come back. Okay, I'm actually curious because I don't know specifically where just because I actually don't know this item. Is it in the room below? Oh shit, you gotta do the okay, have I never been in this room? Okay, I know you can kill these with screw attacks. Can you kill them with power bombs? No. so I think that's what you have to do. You can't get by it otherwise. I see the missile expansion, that's why you can't get over here. Oh, it's speed booster? You can kill those with... Are you serious? Can I even get it? Oh, no, you ain't over here. I was about to say, holy shit. Like, I've been... Because I know these are... Yeah, I'll do it. I know these are screw attack. That's why, like, these are, like, the last pickups you can get in the game. Okay, perfect. I'm guessing that you played this game a lot, Miguelo. I guess you know a lot about this game. We're getting the door. There's something up. Are you serious? No, not that door. I'm over here concentrating super hard. I'm like, oh yes, it's here. Oh, wait. What the fuck? I never knew this. Are you serious? You have to speed booster it. Oh my god, are you serious? I actually never knew this. You can get up in this room. You don't need to screw attack. What does this do? Nothing. Okay. So I never knew that. I just learned something literally today. I appreciate that, man. Wow. Holy shit. I never knew that. Okay, here we go. I never knew this was here. I played this game 18 years, never knew that. So there you go. Because I usually never come back here to backtrack, I guess, for lack of a better thing to say. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. That's crazy. I don't know if you can leave this way. I think you need screw attack to leave a lot of this. Right? Yeah, this is screw attack. Okay, we're good. I'm in awe. I got nothing to say to that. That's crazy. But yeah, Double Dash is, in my opinion, one of the best games in the Mario Kart series. I remember the Christmas when I got it was... Okay, so this is how my Christmases went in the early 2000s. I don't remember 2001. I'm sure it was great. Christmas 2002 was Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Now, if you know anything about Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, you know that that game is just a nightmare. It was like the Sonic 2K6 of 2002, but it wasn't as big because Spyro isn't as big. No, that wasn't my first game. The first game I ever played was on the NES. It was with my cousin. I don't remember what it was called. I just remember you get an axe, and then you get like a sword. I was like 2 years old. I don't remember any of it. And I remember you hop over some pits. There's a couple goblins or something. I don't remember. It wasn't Ghost and Goblins. The second game I remember, the first game I owned, and the one I definitely remember playing was Spyro 1. And then after that, it was Spyro 2, Spyro 3, Crash Bandicoot 3. I remember my mom would just pick them up and just buy them. And it was just a fun experience. Your first game was Zero Mission? Damn, that's a good one. It's a hard one for a first game, but it's a good one. I'm a Metroid lover because... Oh, how did I get into this series? I guess I read Nintendo Power, and they were advertising it. And I remembered Samus from what's it called? From Smash. I was like, oh, this is her game. And I just played it. I'm like, okay, cool. And then after that, I played this game first. I beat this game first. Because I remember Prime, I did more exploring in it. And then after that, it's history. I mean, I played Prime 2, Hunters, Zero Mission, Prime 3, unfortunately Other M. I played Metroid 1. I cheated. I won't lie. I used cheats. I used the Narpa sword. I couldn't do it. Your first game was Spyro 1 or 2? Damn. Yeah, on the OG PlayStation. That was me. I'll never forget that moment I loaded in, and it was just straightforward. Later I play and never end Prime 3 and Other M. Yeah, Prime 3 has a really cool ending, I think. Like, especially, like, I used to have stream GIFs where Samus would come in, or what is it, the Dark Samus fight right at the end. But other than that, I didn't really, I thought it's too actiony, if that makes any sense. Prime 3 has the, it feels, I was saying this earlier with Sir Webb, Prime 3 is, it feels like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a Halo game at the start, where you, like, defend it, you have to turn on turrets and help Space Marines kill, basically, Covenant. It basically seems like you're playing Halo 3. But what else was I gonna say? Spyros are very good games, yes. I've played them a lot. I love them a lot. And the Reignited trilogy, bless it, man. There's a video that fixes Other M. Oh yeah, they did, like, yeah. Sure, I think you can link in this stream chat. I won't play it on stream, though. I'll watch it later. So YouTube doesn't, or not YouTube, so Twitch doesn't beat me. I am the commercially unviable streamer, by the way. I guess you could do this earlier, right? Oh yeah, well, I don't do it on my first run in this sector just because. But yeah, there's fake missile tank enemies. Yeah, Insomniac, this is back in the era where if they didn't have anything to push, they wouldn't be pushing forward. They had a sword? I mean, yeah, Spyro kind of hit a Sonic era, but I don't think he had a sword in one of them. I just remember they turned it into a beat-em-up, and I thought the beat-em-ups were awful. Not to be like a die-hard OG. But, yeah, Enter the Dragonfly, to get back to the Christmas story, which I totally forgot, was, Enter the Dragonfly was kind of like Sonic 2K6 in that it was rushed. It was very rushed. They wanted to have other worlds. They wanted to have a more fixed plot. They just didn't finish it. And, yeah, they did try weird things. And that was one of the things that really just, like, murdered me about it. Is like, that was my Christmas gift. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't my mom's fault that she got a game that ended up being bad. It's just, it was a bad game. You know, you don't know a game's bad until you play it, right? I'm gonna save here. I mess this up sometimes. And, yeah, then the year after that, I mean, it didn't discourage me from playing games or anything. I was just like, oh, this isn't as good as the PlayStation 1 games. And then I was like, okay.
Warning,
I love this part.
No entry without authorization.
Yeah, thank the Lord they're doing the Metroid now, supposedly.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning,
Okay, you should
no
get the screen.
entry without
Yep, there it is.
authorization.
I'm mad I remember exactly what happened, too.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Okay. I kind of hate this fight. This fight's a little hard. What is he shooting this one? Yeah, that's why it's hard. He shoots missiles. They're not terrible. It's when he jumps and hits you, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I didn't hate Hero's Tale. I mean, since it followed Enter the Dragonfly, I couldn't really hate it, you know? Because nothing was worse than Enter the Dragonfly. And then Skylanders was just a nightmare. I don't like to talk about it. I did a playthrough on it once, and I removed it from YouTube because you cannot find it on the channel. Because I thought it was honestly one of the biggest wastes of money I've ever spent. I did like I got to the final boss. Okay, I'll recap this. I got to the final boss of Skylanders, right? Played the whole game through as Spyro, because obviously I'm like, okay, this is still kind of a Spyro game, right? The final boss is this massive gauntlet where they basically want you to farm up a whole bunch of other Skylanders so you can sub them in once you get knocked out. And I quit after like 2 hours of playing. I was like, this game sucks. I hate it. I don't know why I fucking bought it. It's a money grab by Activision. I'm done. I'm never playing it again. And I still own it somewhere. It's in my closet over here on the left. Toys for Bob? I don't care, man. Activision, don't ever touch this fucking series again. Just let Toys for Bob make games. I don't care. I'll buy what they do. I won't buy shitty Skyrim. I'm sick of it. Never again. They got me once. Never again. I was never more mad. Much to what Miguel was saying, it's like other end. I was beyond annoyed when they did that. I was more annoyed at Sakamoto, honestly. I was like, how do you not understand your own fan base? Or your own... Is it? Okay, I can turn it down. I'm sorry. My volume? Or the game volume? Okay, good. Yeah, this is a loud portion of the game. Sometimes it gets a little loud. Let's turn it like right there. Hopefully that's good. Oh, I didn't miss the attack section. That's perfect. Yeah, no. If there's ever a problem with volume, just definitely let me know. Just feel free. Just give me a shout. I'm totally fine with lowering the volume. Okay. Now this is actually kind of one of the cooler story element parts of the game, because now we start to get into the conspiracy, which is one of the few good things about Other M I actually liked. So Other M introduced the whole idea of ringleaders and stuff to kind of give a quick idea. It's like a whole bunch of people in the Galactic Federation who are not really on the up and up. They are trying to like be shady and make bioweapons, which is the whole thing that they're trying not to do on the surface. So we enter the restricted zone, and you can save. I don't need to. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna save because I'm not dying. I'm not dying. This is honestly one of the things that Other M did. Other M was a good story if you look at how it characterized the Metroid universe. If you look at it as a story of Samus, which it's kind of impossible not to, it's terrible. But if you look at it as, whoa, this is a massive, major reveal, which at the time it was, if you understood the Metroid lore, which I didn't when I played it, so admittedly I didn't get most of this. This is crazy stuff going on here. It's like, wait, Metroids were supposed to be dead. You actually stand here.
60 seconds to isolation lockdown.
Get a mid-game countdown. I think if you just stick to the left wall, you're fine. Oh no. It's not really hard at all. It could be 30 seconds there and you'd still make it out with plenty of time. Sakamoto likes to give personality as Samus a previous thing. Yeah, it's really like, why that personality though? The game should have been a prequel. I stand by that. Alright, we get a cool thing here. Samus starts to speak. She says nothing for this. Please understand, you already knew of it. Yep. Like the dialogue in this game for Samus isn't bad. And Adam Malkovich in this game is built up to be so good. Don't be surprised. The acts reproduced by asexual division. No fewer than 10 on the station. You never see them, but it's a lore thing. That's why it's so cool. Like, it feels very ominous. Yes. I thought the baby was handled pretty decently in Samus Returns. Like, it's not a bad plot point. It's just they didn't explain in Other M why the baby is super important. They kind of did. It wasn't the best. It's just the dialogue and like just the characters are just so bad. Like I can't think of anything Samus does in Other M that was 100% necessary. The only thing I could think of that Samus did was she saves what's his name from falling in the lava. That's it. That's the only thing she does, and she provides a taxi because she doesn't answer to the Galactic Federation. She's able to fly Anthony and the other lady out of the station when they don't go into federal custody. which would have been bad because, as we know, the Galactic Federation is corrupt as shit. But that's a plot line that was kind of started here, and then they expanded upon it in Metroid Other M. Because you don't really see it get expanded upon until later in the timeline. Which is why I like this fucking franchise, and then they just do weird stuff. I like it. I tried to put that, I made that mistake. That's why I'm just so sad, man. Yeah, no, I mean, like... Okay. A lot of people didn't like the original Star Wars prequels. I said original Star Wars prequels. Because they were too heavily focused on the politics. By the way, I try to res only one of these at a time because they do a lot of damage. Actually, it was on a stream one time. I need to see if I could find that stream. I escaped at the end of Zero Mission with 8 health because of the final fight with the pirates. It's like the hardest shit in the game. And the guy jumps out of the space he jumps out of the space pod that you jump in to escape. I blasted the shit out of him because I was like, I don't want to die. That's on my channel somewhere. I want to find it. I actually remember that now. Yeah, I think they should release another Metroid game. I think they should and they shouldn't. I think they need to release another remake, is what they need to do. Because they don't really need to design anything new, if that makes sense. And they have the engine, like Samus Returns engine is good. But for a new Metroid game, I think they should just wait for Prime. But no, I loved Samus Returns, because I would never play Metroid 2 normally. Are you kidding me? Alright, I love this fight and everything. Oh my lord, the slowdown. That doesn't happen on the GBA, that's because of the emulation. Sometimes he picks you up. You kind of want to get picked up because it's a free way to blast him in the face. Like, would you believe that Other M came literally like a few months before the events of this game or something? Like, could you believe it, like, watching this? Like, a lot of Samus's characterization is action, it's not words. Like, fighting this... You can't really say that Other M Ridley, which isn't even the real Ridley, is anywhere comparable. Oh my god, that sound effect. I'm actually surprised he's not dead yet. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Metroid is heavily based off Aliens. And Alien and Aliens, I should say. So if you see any similarities, that's because that was intentional by design. The Metroids themselves are meant to be more PG versions of facehuggers. Okay, now we're as powerful as we're ever gonna get. The design of the Boba suit is good. Yeah. Samus Returns is a good example. I agree, actually. I don't know if I said that before. I think Samus Returns is, in my opinion, when they... Okay, so what E3 was it when they showed it off? 2017, I think it was. They were like, oh, we're going to release Samus Returns. And we're going to, you know, here's Prime 4. I lost my shit, dude. I was going ballistic. It's so fucking good, man. We're never gonna get something like that again. And then they're like, oh, by the way, there's another Metroid game we're making this year. I'm like, what? Wait. There's I had to question my friend. I was like, what do you mean there's another Metroid game? This is the Treehouse reveal with, I don't remember the lady's name. I remember I was like, dude, she's really good at Samus Returns. I forget her name. She was cute, and she was playing it, and it was the best. Okay, I think this is. I don't think there's anything else. I just want to destroy evidence. Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they honestly reboot Samus Returns. I think even the fan base would be accepting of it. But I mean, it's in lieu of that, just pretend it doesn't exist. To just pretend like it didn't happen. I know what you mean with the Boba suit, the visor. Yeah, I like that. I like the way the Samus Returns suit looked. I'll give it credit. I thought it was cool. I like the pose on the cover. Like the classic Metroid, the classic Samus pose, where she shoots and then she points the gun up, or her arm cannon upward. I love that, man. It's so good. Okay, where are we? I want to get the pickup over here. Oh, nice. I forget if you're immune to damage when you're screw attacking. But yeah, now that we have this is the theme they play for the rest of the game. This is basically the end of the game's free run, right? Like, the second we go back to a navigation room, we get the scene. We get a couple of scenes, basically, of heavy story exposition. Okay, I'll agree to that. I like the part in Other M where, like, the visor, what's the word I'm looking for? The opacity, like, the ability for you to see through. Like, if you've seen the Doom trailer, I actually, it's growing on me that you can see Doom Guy's face. Samus can control that. In combat, she turns it on. I don't know if there's some reason for her to do that or not. There's something down there. Okay, I'll go back in a second. I don't know like what the lore reason is because they didn't really address it, but I do kind of like that. So they could blend that. It's hard to get. I might not, to be honest. I might just pass. I don't know. I might just skip that. I'll look it up, actually. Someday, I need to look up how to get all this stuff in this game. Especially since nothing is missable. Can you just kill these with wave? Yes, you can. You hit the outside of their thing, and then you just vaporize what's inside. It's like cooking a clam. Yeah, I definitely recommend Web you play every game in this series, except Other M. I mean, you could play Other M. I won't say that you shouldn't. I'll just say that when you play Other M, bear in mind that the developer and producer of this series was on some real shit when he thought about it. Like, he was on real shit when he wanted to make that game. He was on, like, a personal vendetta mission to sort of like mess with his own franchise, and he basically did to it what Rian Johnson did to Star Wars. And it was a little hard to watch, honestly, and it was harder to play. Other M fluctuates from being really easy to really difficult for like no reason, and I don't know why it's like that. Like, and some parts of Other M are really fucking stupid, by the way. I know I've spent most of the stream shitting on Other M. Okay, there's a portion of the game where there's a patch of green blood. This is infamous, by the way. There's a portion of the game where there's a patch of green blood, and you need to examine it. Like, the game has, like, the scanning feature of the Prime series kind of built in. So, and Miguel might know what I'm talking about here. So what the game wants you to do is you're looking at it, like, all the Galactic Federation troops are around you, right? And they're like, oh, Samus, we want you to come over here, look at this. So you're all standing there. When I first played that game, I had no clue what the fuck was going on. I thought my game locked up. So what they want you to do is turn around, because you can't move during this segment, you can only look. Like, they want you to turn around and be like, oh, look, you could totally do this, Samus. Did you know that? It's really... Okay, let's have the cutscene. So we can get on with this, and then we can get out of here. It's the dumbest fucking cutscene in human history. Okay, I don't think that's the theme that plays for the rest of the game. They're like, oh, look at this random splotch of green blood on the ground, on the green grass that's around you. And on the Wii, it looks really bad. Like, it blends in so fucking ridiculously. It's sad. And then there's another part of the game, the literal final sequence of the game. It's like they phrase it as like a sequence where you're supposed to shoot a bunch of enemies until help comes. That's not what you're supposed to do at all. What you're supposed to do is you need to scan basically the main villain at the back of the room, and the enemies are just there to block your ability to scan her. And oh, I love this, the PowerPoint backdrops. This is a really grim plot, by the way, when you really consider how grim this plot is. But yeah, you're supposed to scan her, and that instantly ends the fight. So the fight is really only like a 5-second long fight. And they just flat out didn't give a fuck. They were just like, oh, cool, one final way to fuck with the player before the game ends. I was so pissed when I played Other M. Yeah, they need to reboot it. I'm sorry. They need to do something. Put it at the start of the timeline. Fuck it. Have Samus be 16 and emotional. Then it makes sense. Yeah, okay. This is a very touching moment in the series, actually. Like, not even shitposting. This was the introduction of this plot. And then they ruined this in Other M, by the way. Yeah, this is kind of a Halo plot with the Flood. You're not totally wrong. He made that sacrifice once, and then you play Other M, and it's the worst cutscene ever. He basically almost gets Samus killed in that cutscene, by the way. I hate that fucking game, man. I fucking hate it. Here we go. You know, detonating the station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites, even though the station would be utterly destroyed. You would succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore this simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose... He chose incorrectly. I could not find a way to say that word. This is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's orbit impact. We see her eyes. Actually, it is blue in this game. That's an order. Any objections, lady? No further dialogue. That's it. The game, there is no further dialogue until you beat the game, because it's meant to be a very touching moment of the series if you followed the plot up to this point. Remember, this is the first game, I think, where Samus talks in the game. And in Super Metroid, she talks at the beginning, and that's it. Yeah, no, again, Miguel, I try not to think too hard about it. It's designed to make your brain hurt. I really fundamentally believe that. I don't think a single ounce of thought went into some of the plot elements of Metroid Other M. I hate to shit on that game so much. I love to do it as well, but it makes no sense. He basically almost kills her in the scene to tell her that she should be more careful with her life. Like, I get why he does it. It's just really dumb that he does it in a moment where she's about to die. And I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. That, like, the whole plot of it, the outline of it, of, like, Samus stumbling upon her friends, isn't terrible. Is there even anything on this side? No, I think this is just a fast way to not have to go down like that. But that game was... You have a fight with a fucking crane at one point. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but, like, you know... like, Samus's power level is kind of all over the place in that game, too. I think that's another thing. Not only does it feel like she doesn't really contribute anything to the plot, it doesn't... So one of the things they wanted to show off is a Japanese concept called filial piety, I think it's called. I might be pronouncing it wrong, because I've never heard it pronounced to me ever. And in Japan, that makes sense. Like the plot makes more sense because it's the concept of obeying your superior no matter what. In America, which is where Metroid actually sells, it doesn't make any sense. And that's the problem, is that they made a Japanese Metroid when... Actually, maybe I should say it before this, right? Yeah, let me say before this, just in case I want to go back and farm some stuff. Well, it's not just that, like, Adam could be her quote-unquote father. They try to tone that down and say that they aren't, which is whatever, that's fine. Did I just save, actually? I forget. Alright, I saved again. I do this all the time in It's just, the plot really doesn't translate very well. Of all games to localize, you know, that would be one to probably not. But Metroid has to. I did just save. Well, there you have it, dude. I'm talking and thinking, and then when I actually apply my brain to the motor, it messes stuff up. Yeah, did they never mention the Yeah, it's really kind of dumb. The irony of it is that Samus herself is a living bioweapon. Okay, this is actually one of the worst fights. Oh shit, I didn't restore, actually. I can't restore now. Yeah, I might be screwed. Because I'm basically missing a full energy tank. I do die in this fight sometimes. Because it is hard. Because you can butt heads with the SAX. And I don't remember the pattern for properly hitting him constantly. Because see, sometimes you can end up just in his way and you can't really do anything about it. Shit. This is a very pulse-pounding battle. It takes a lot of shots to hit him. This fight is really difficult. I'd say this is next to Nightmare for the hardest fights in the game. See, one thing that you can end up doing is you can keep somersaulting into the SAX, which is bad because you yourself, you won't survive that. Like, you'll both keep taking damage. Okay, I actually didn't do too poorly this time. This portion of the fight is a complete joke by comparison. You almost don't even need to move to dodge everything. Okay, and then at the end we get another beam. Another beam 4X. Yeah, if you're screw attacking, you don't get hit by beams. I mean, I guess that's very helpful. You know, it's not the worst, it's also not the best. But wait, can't absorb it because of plot. Can you use this door? No, you can't. So if you don't enter that save room and that recharge station when you first come here, you can never get it on the map. Because I don't think you can ever come back here until the end of the game. Which is, it's fine. I mean, I don't think map completion counts for anything, really. Alright, time to get out of here. Yeah, they don't really mention the Chozo in that game. And that was supposed to be the game to, like, officially canonize the Metroid manga. That's what I really thought that game was going to be. It's a younger Samus. She's like maybe 18, 19. You know, trying to figure her way in the world. Maybe have a sequence where she's a kid, you know, and then Ridley shows up and she's like, hey, you want to be friends and not totally murder everyone? And then Ridley's like, roar, and then, you know, whatever. And then they could have a sequence where she's, you know, with the Chozo. Like, there's so many ways you could figure that out and have it be interesting, you know, have flashback sequences that could establish so much. And then you could intermingle that instead of having constant scenes where Samus is like a dummy in her own fucking game, where she just doesn't do anything of consequence. She's only there to save one dude from falling into lava, and then the other dude, she doesn't even kill anyone of, like, she does nothing the whole game, and it's just hard to watch. I'm sorry, it's just a bad game. It's a nightmare though. Okay, so you just want to get hit here. There's no reason to try to fight. You can't do anything. And that's scripted to take you down to 1 HP. It's supposed to be like, what is it, the plot of Aliens again, pretty much? This is like the plot of something, I forget what. Or something like that. So then he waits for you to absorb this, boom. So now, it's possible to shoot him enough, and this is the one time in the game you can do this. You can see that you have the ice beam back. It's possible to shoot him so much he steps back without him hitting you. Shit. It's a little hard. If he hits you, he stuns you, and that's probably it. Yep, done. You shoot through him, the fight's over. I think I did that near perfectly one time, because you have to, like, have the perfect angle to shoot him like that. And then you don't get hit, period. Very nice. Honestly, I mean, it's godly only again, because I've never died on that fight, but it is difficult sometimes. The first time it was really hard, and then I realized you can make him step back if you hit him enough. And once you do that, I mean, the fight's just simply hit him enough to stun him, maybe run back, let him swipe, and then hit him again. It's not terrible. Yeah, well, no, did Samus destroy Zebes? I put that on the Space Pirates. But what they're really pissed off at her over is destroying their research twice over. Which, it's really weird because they knew she was there, and pretty much everything blows up wherever Samus goes. See, they have this epic ending where they talk about, oh, what will happen? You know, what are we going to do? We blew up a planet. We blew up basically a research station. We were just supposed to go there to investigate. But part of it is also like, if they had shown up, they would have all died, and then the universe would have become infected by the X, because they set up the X to be like basically the primary antagonists of the series. Like, that's what the Chozo made the Metroids for. The Metroids being the ultimate warrior, and then we have this. The ship can only be started manually, but the ship moved on its own. Is it possible, Adam? What's troubling you? You wonder how I started the ship? Just think about it. They lent me a hand. And that's the end of the plot for Metroid. Circa 2002. Congratulations. Unbelievable. It's actually just a brutal way to just even... Yep, there he is. Good old Sakamoto. That's it. And I played this game, and Sakamoto wrote the story and scenario. So honestly, what happened, dude? I'll never understand. I just won't. It's so crazy, because I find this story, the plot of this game, to be, like, simple but effective at what it does. And then the follow-up to this was just a nightmare. Basically, at the end of the game, the plot of Other M's, or the gameplay of Other M, is either jumping around or using invincibility dodges the whole game. And maybe there's a first-person Metroid Prime segment. Like the game tries to do Metroid Prime, it just doesn't... You can't move while doing it, which is also another dumb thing. The game would be so much better if it didn't force you to use a single Wiimote with no nunchuck, in my opinion. I hate the Wii set. The Wii did a lot of dumb stuff to a lot of franchises I loved. Like, technically it's the last console to have a Fire Emblem game on it before Three Houses. And I mean technically before Fire Emblem Warriors, but Three Houses is also, you know, a real Fire Emblem game. So yeah, I do like this game a lot. Needless to say, I do want to stream more. I think streaming is fun. I think it's cool. It's nice to flex a little bit. Not flex how good I am, but it's nice to get back into making content. And yeah, the only thing I'll say is Webb, you're in the Discord, so you know. Rest in peace, Iwata, by the way. Webb, you're in the Discord, so you know. I'll bump the Discord. Remember the donation? Oh yeah, I'll play my donations. Thank you for reminding me. So you guys get to hear the donation sounds. You don't even have to pay. Look at this. Now that's a deal. Let me tell you. Woo! I'm good at this. I'll do it in a minute though. Besides that, we get Oh, I had a good clear time, didn't I? Yeah, I think this is under 2 hours. I like the one where she's looking out at the stars. I think that's the one I really like, not this one. See you next mission. And you want to know what happened? The next mission never came. I was 7 when I beat this. I'm now 25. The worst feeling in the world. See you next mission. Never happened. And so that's it. Nintendo presents Metroid 4. That's what this game really is. It's really Metroid 4. Yeah, 69%. What time is it? Oh, perfect. Well, I missed part of Toonami, but you know what? It was more fun hanging out with you guys on stream. It's all good. Let me close this. I will be back either, if not tomorrow, if Miguel's still here. I have a Discord. If you want to join it, I'll bump it when I stream. Webb, you know, I'll bump it when I stream. If you have free time, that is cool if you show up. No pressure, of course. Let me take a sip. Okay. So what I'll do is can I swap over to this? I think this has it on it. Okay, because we are ending soon. It's almost midnight. I'll let you guys go. But what I'll do is I'll play the donation sounds because I said I would, and I appreciate you for reminding me. Let me flip my monitor back real quick. I think it does it automatically. I should plug my Discord more because I do want more people to join the Discord. I'll shill my Discord. How about that? I won't shill my channels and my other stuff. So if you watched on Mixer, I appreciate it. I am trying to do more on Mixer. I do actually kind of like Mixer a lot. If you watched on Twitch, I appreciate it. If you watched on YouTube, oh my God, Snowman King, I apologize. When did he show up? I really apologize, Snowman King. I completely missed you because my YouTube box is not working. I should have had that open actually. Yeah, I was checking the chat. I was relying on OBS is kind of fucking up sometimes lately. So I apologize. Elite Snowman King did show up on YouTube. He says, I have returned. I recently earned the 6-pack trophy on AVP 2010. That's actually hilarious because we're playing Metroid, which is based off of Aliens. You're not checking the chat. Anyone there? You're on the Aqua Zone in Metroid Fusion. Yeah, I apologize. I forgot. YouTube has had a weird thing with OBS of late. See, I tried to test, like, you can see the chat on the screen, right? I'm pretty sure. Well, wait, no, you can't. On this one? Wait, where is it? Holy shit. It's not on here, is it? It's not on this, no, it isn't. Hold on. Where is it? Give me a minute. I'm okay. Oh, fuck. I never put it on this one. I can fix this. It's not a big deal. I think it's this, right? I got it. Hold on. It's coming. There you go. There it is. Let me put on the alert. I haven't streamed in so long. I apologize. I've been out of it. Usually I check Twitch, or usually I check all three while playing. Oh, no. I know I'm... Dude. You want to actually talk about professional streaming? Oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Hold on. Am I in the right one? So, okay. This is what would happen if you were to donate to me, right? Which I don't have set up, so no one can donate, right? So I basically made all these, and I'm okay with it. So you want to talk about professional streaming? How do I play this? Here you go. Ready? Professional streaming.
John donated $18. Thank you. This is a test donation for $1.
That's the $1 tier. You would donate. I appreciate that, man. I mean, if stuff ever goes anywhere, then maybe I'll set it up. But that's a lot of work. I prefer to offer free content for now as my hook. Yeah, it's ironic and it's foreshadowing. You literally called it. I've made fun of my streaming before too. That was in a stream I did ages ago. We have this.
It's too late.
What?
John donated $2. Thanks for the Euro note. This is a test donation for $1.
Yeah, she doesn't say the dollar amounts anymore. It's really weird.
Because we're all like, haha, suck my dick, bro. You fucking suck. Dab on the haters.
John donated $5. Big ups fam. British pound. British pound.
British pound.
This is a test donation for $1.
All right, these next two might be a bit loud. I haven't really tested them in a while. Sorry, buddy. Holy shit. Holy shit.
John donated $10. Bigger ups to you fam. United States dollar. United States dollar.
That's right. You get the United States dollar spam.
United States dollar. United States dollar. This is a test donation for $1.
And then we have this. This is for the largest donation this session. Yes! Yes! What are you talking about? I'm first.
John donated $3. Biggest ups top donator. Money with wings. Money bag. Money with wings. Money
Make
bag.
it rain, dude.
This
Make
is
it
a test
rain.
donation for
You know that
$1.
stuff they do in rap videos where they crouch on the ground, or not crouch, they squat. They have the money in their hand. They just do, you know, in rap videos when they do that. I love that shit. It's so awesome. Let me make sure I'm checking. No, I think he's gone. I do feel bad, Elite Snowman King. I'm gonna see if I can fix the chat. I know he's probably not here. So let's see. I'll play the rest of the other things I have. So the donations are uniform, no matter what platform you donate to from. That's a weird way to say it. So if
Hello,
like
my
let's.
name is Ravina.
What the fuck? That spooked
Hello,
the shit.
my name is Ravina.
I didn't say for you to say anything. Okay, now I'm spooked. I don't want Ravina to say anything. Peaked with 5 viewers? Yeah, that's a good stream for me, dude. I think my peak was Final Fantasy. I had 6 last November. So that's pretty nice. This is literally on the spot streaming of a 18-year-old game. So I'm pretty pleased. You know, we got to chat, we got to chill. So here are some of the other ones I have. Which one is this? Follows? What? What is happening? Help! I forget which one you got specifically. I've seen too much shit on the internet. I've read too much shit on the
certain
internet.
people that can cuck a person, and I wouldn't be mad about it. I was churning doo-doo.
Yeah, you got this one. I was churning doo-doo butter. Yeah, I love Stephen A, by the way. Alright, so now that this has gotten content ID'd on YouTube. I had to edit that a little bit to make the music not go on too long. So those are the follows on Twitch. Do I have any subscription on Twitch? Nope, just the default. Hosting? No, I was gonna do hosting at one point. I don't think anyone would ever host me though. Bits? Oh, okay, there you go. If you go on Mixer, now let's do YouTube next. Let's see. I spent like a whole afternoon making these, by the way. Not that it was a lot of work. It was a thing that happened. All right, so YouTube, I have this.
Why would you cringe instead of laugh?
Does it remind you of someone?
Why are we here? To suffer?
Done, dude.
You're laughing like him. You're like,
You see, Mr. Powers, I love gold. Gold, Mr. Powers. I love gold. Do I have members? No, okay, I don't. Super chat? No, I don't. I'll figure this whole system out. I have Mixer, by the way, and then I guess we're done. I don't know. What? Yeah, that's the first. What is happening? Help! It's the same sound. I don't think I changed it. I don't really have as many here on Mixer. What is happening? Help! What? What? What is happening? Help! What ended up happening is I was what was it? I used to run these GIFs on my streams as like a thing to put on the side, and then one day it just never worked again in OBS, and I was really sad about that. So now they just have new life as stream bumps. So what else do we have here on Mixer? Do we have subscriptions? Oh no, I don't. Okay, add variation. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I think that's it, right? Yeah, here we go.
Done, dude. That actually just happened.
Sprain Prey 1000 just subscribed on Mixer. Celebratory hands in the air. This is a test.
Resub? Yeah, resub is the same. That's donation. That's hosting. That's merch. Cloud bot. I don't even know what the hell that is. Sticker. And yeah, there you go. Okay. That's pretty much all the stuff. So you get a nice taste of it without. And guess what? You got to keep your money. Isn't that great? You're never gonna get that from any other streamer ever. Ever. I mean that, obviously. But yeah, that's yeah, you called that actually. That was actually incredible. I'll play it one more time. You actually you deserve credit for that one. Where is it? Professional streaming.
John donated $56. Thank you. This is a test donation for $1.
There you go. A test donation for $1. Yes. That actually would be the $1 one. I don't know if having text-to-speech on $1 is a good idea. I'll just throw that one out there. And of course it's Samus puking, so that's nice. But no, dude, you know what? Take your money, buy something you like. Don't worry about it. For now, we are a for-free, not for profit, and someday I will turn into EA. So don't you worry. I'll become the very thing I used to rant about on podcasts. I'll literally become EA. It'll be great. You want a playthrough? I'm gonna charge you like $20 fucking for a playthrough. I mean, I gotta break even somehow, you know what I mean? So that'll happen someday, I'm sure. It'll be a great time period. People will love me for my content, and not just because I'm a greedy fuck. And I don't really know what to say. I really I'm grateful though for yeah, this was a good stream. I was just about to say I'm really grateful for you stopping by. Miguel, I think he peaced out, which is totally fine. I appreciate him for stopping by. Just if you're watching this on YouTube, because I archive all my streams on YouTube, and honestly, this stream deserves to get pinned, in my opinion, on Twitch. Feel free to like the video, subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Mixer or Twitch, your preferred platform of choice. I stream to everything, so everyone has an equal opportunity. Feel free to follow, whatever. But most of all, the thing I value more than anything else is drop by the Discord. Say hello. If you got a free time, if you have a free few bits, I'll be bumping the Discord whenever I stream. And we're chill people. It's nothing too hectic, nothing too major. So, credit where it's due. I enjoyed myself tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play sound clips, because that's something I used to do, and then we can peace out of here. I don't know if you've been on any mini streams I used to do, but I have an Elgato Stream Deck. I want to get the XL, and the XL, I don't know what I'd do with it. I just want it. It's like one of those things. But it's like, okay, like very good, very good. I used to play this when I would raid. Might be a bit loud. Same old shit, dog, just a different day. Here we go again. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. I love this. Every time I was raiding, I used to love this, dude.
It's this suspense that gets me.
Let's do this shit.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Keep him out for Harambe, always.
Help me! Help me!
Let us make Outworld great again.
The first YouTube stream, Sir Webb, I stream on everything at the same time. I use Restream. So the stream you're seeing here is also on my YouTube channel, is also on my Mixer. So you can watch it on whatever platform you like best. I do apologize for the YouTube stuff. The YouTube stuff is being weird, and it's not working at the moment, where the chat shows up on the screen. If it's not working next time I stream, which is either going to be, I don't think it'll be tomorrow. I think I'm going to stream either on Tuesday or Thursday. I'll let you know in the Discord. If it's not working then I will put the chat on screen like I used to do. I'll just bootleg it, because really, who cares? I'm going to be playing old games anyway. So I will do that instead. There will be a stream. Twitch is the one I like best since I use it more than others. Perfect. And you know what? Sometimes people on Mixer drop by. Sometimes people on YouTube drop by. Again, shout out to Mr. Snowman King. Shout out to Sir Webb. Shout out to Miguel. And shout out to Surgster too. So it's all good. I mean, I'm not bound to one platform. I'm not partnered with anyone. And, you know, honestly, I really don't know if I would want to be partnered with anyone. I think my affiliate acceptance thing is still active, right? Let me click on it. Is it? How do you do it? Path to affiliate. Yeah, path to affiliate. You could get started. They never took it away from me. Twitch, they never took it away from me. But yeah, I'm gonna stream to everything, unless it's like a stream where I'm watching stuff on YouTube, in which case I'll just stream on YouTube only. But otherwise, if it's just me playing games, I'm streaming on this. So, subs and emotes are cool. Yeah. I won't totally say I'll never do anything, I guess, then. But what I will say is that I recognize I'm not as big of a channel as I once was, which even when I was big, wasn't that big. I don't have my partnership anymore, which is kind of rough. That was something I really worked hard for, and I lost it due to the YouTube changes and whatnot. And, I mean, it's whatever. I don't, you know, that's the last thing on my mind. I gotta stick with my original mindset. And my original mindset on YouTube was, that it's just for the fun of the game. It's for the enjoyment of playing the game. It's not for making money. And I've stuck with that. And it's just unfortunate that YouTube evolved. Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, tomorrow my channel could be gone. You know, I could be commercially unviable is a very vague, it's a very vague term. I don't think that's the case, but it is vague, and I don't like vague stuff in anything ever, because vague can be swung into any number of things. So let's just pray for a good year. Honestly, yeah, YouTube has been very weird. I still have the image. Hold on, I'll actually pull it up on stream real quick before we leave. I have the image where they told me you're gonna lose your partnership. Because I remember that, and I remember seeing it. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna lose my partnership because of the shit that happened with like Logan Paul and stuff. I knew it. I knew that day was coming, and it happened. And I'm a little mad about it. I won't pretend that I'm not. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It's somewhere in here. I don't mean to run up the stream time, but where is it? I have the thing where my PlayStation was too hot. No, I'm keeping you from leaving, dude. I'm not leaving anything. What am I leaving for? All right, we'll leave at 12. How about that? 12 Eastern. You're not holding me up. Trust me. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have a good time on stream. You know, because I could have just come on here and rambled for 2 hours and then left, and it wouldn't have been a very eventful stream, would it? Shit, I'm never gonna find it, am I? What did I say I was gonna post in the Discord? I said I was going to post something in the Discord. I don't remember. Maybe I might just post this in the Discord when I find it. Yeah, I might actually just do that. Let's see. What would it be under? Creative projects, account icons, other Photoshop, old projects, maybe? No. Surgster 2 series resources? No. Yeah, it's a video of something. I don't remember what. If you remember it, or if I remember it, I'll drop it. I'll drop by and drop it. But what was it? I have it. I know I have it somewhere because I dropped it in my other Discord. Is this it? Bullshit. What's this? Oh, this is all the videos I got that were unsuited for advertisers. Oh, I'll show this. Hold on, let me whip this one up. Let's just leave it named image. There you go. I'll show you this. This I can definitely show you. YouTube was like, oh, all these playthrough parts? Yeah, no, we don't want advertisers on that, dude. Hold on, what is it under? This, and it's under other. Where is it? There you go. There you go. Okay, perfect, perfect. Let me drag that in. Boom. That is a list of videos. I forget if it's a whole bunch of them. They basically hit my Andromeda, Half-Life 2, and Resident Evil 7 playthroughs for various things. Don't ask me why. These playthroughs were apparently too much for YouTube. Not like the Gears footage I have or something. I really wonder what this list is now. That's the real question. I haven't checked in years. As you can see, this picture is at least like 2007. I couldn't even begin to tell you. Let me see if I can find this thing while I leave that up. If not, hold on. Let me look in my other Discord, and then I guess that'll be that. Content Central. I got a lot of spicy shit here. Okay. What is this? Devil May Cry? What the hell is going on? I actually found my Resident Evil 1 document for there was a point that YouTube started striking a bunch of stuff. Yeah. See, the thing about YouTube is they'll strike my videos randomly and I won't really get messages about it. And that does kind of annoy me. Because it's like, I'd like to know when my shit gets kind of hit. Although, to be fair, I guess I'll be honest, I don't really check my channel anymore. So, I guess I should, or not my channel, my, what's it called? My email for this channel specifically too much. Yeah, here we go. Let me drop this in this folder so I have it real quickly. YouTube. Actually, I'll just throw it up real quick. So we're done looking at this. Oh, Miguel, hey, welcome back. So I just wanted to say to shill myself, I guess, since we're wrapping up here. Is this it? Hold on. Okay, let me put this one up. If you can't see it, I'll make it bigger real quick. If you have a Discord, feel free to join my Discord. Yeah, sure. Drop it. I'll at least watch it off stream because I'm not gonna play it on stream. But I have a Discord if you want to join it. I have a YouTube channel you can sub to if you want, if you're more interested in more other stuff. And so yeah, there you go. YouTube is forcing all networks to remove content creators that are at risk of violating terms of service, said Pinsky. I have no clue who this is. This isn't a decision from the networks, but one from YouTube. They're really starting to clean up the platform. It's a decision from YouTube. That's what they explained to us. Many channels that posed a risk. So I posed a risk? This is from a long time ago, by the way. This specific one is from April 2018. So I was a risk taker, apparently. You want... sure. I don't think... I don't think links are banned in my chat, which is probably a bad thing to admit. But I don't think they're banned, right? Moderator tools, what? Followers only. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's how you get followers. You want to chat, you gotta follow me. Oh no, it got bumped. I gotta start opening that in a separate tab. Alright, I'm still scrolling up. I still can't find it. I posted a lot back then. I was really annoyed at this. Twitch. What the hell was this? Uh-oh. Some dumb shit. I should have just looked through all my stuff, to be honest. Okay, perfect. Did he post it? Oh, no, you just posted something. What's this? Oh, no, news alert. Okay. That's probably something I should fix though for the future, just in case. You never know. I'm still scrolling up. I have one where I'll watch it later. I have one where a clip where I have Porky Pig, son of a BB gun. I bet you thought I was gonna say bitch. You can't have Looney Tunes anymore. Looney Tunes is too saucy. You know what I mean? All right, I think I can turn on some background music so we're not sitting here in quiet. What's the one I really like? This one. I usually open my streams with this one. This was what I used for my Shadowbringer streams. Okay, I might not find this, which annoys me. Oh no, I'm still in March. It was definitely... Here it is. I found it. So, I was partnered on... Okay, this is an image in 2 parts. I found it. I remember the exact date, too. I even posted it in the channel. I was like, well, we had a good run, gents. So this is the first image, right? The day of when I lost my partnership. Fuck. I just dragged and dropped it. I'm not going to find it now, am I? Here we go. This is the image from when I first posted it, right? I was like, oh, this is the last day. Feels bad. I was in good standing. I was at risk. I was a risk, apparently. I was partner verified and everything. Oh, I'm dragging it around like I'm showing anything off. Holy shit, I'm stupid. I completely resized this incorrectly. I was a good boy. I was a true and honest good boy. And this is what they did to me. And you want to know what they did to me after this? Fuck. Where was it? Where's the second one? YouTube fuck you is the name of this photo. Oh, here it is. Yep, there it is. Found it. And then this is what YouTube did to me. I was a good boy. I literally didn't do anything. And they took me. They took me and they took me real hard, dude. I didn't transition again. There you go. It was a rough day. It was a really rough month. So, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much done here now that I found that. Oh, they fucked me sideways up the ass, dude. It was rough. Like, I was really... This was back when I kind of took a break for personal reasons from YouTube. And I was really looking forward to coming back and, you know, making good on stuff and releasing tons of playthroughs. And this was around the time of the Origins playthrough. And to give a short lore lesson, Assassin's Creed Origins, the playthrough, was pretty much the thing that saved my YouTube channel. It reminded me how much I like doing playthroughs, even without, you know, anything major or tons of views or anything, because my channel was on a big upswing in 2015, and due to personal reasons I had to slow down, and eventually it kind of came to a grinding halt. And then I wanted to make a big comeback. First thing I do is I lose my partnership like 3 months later. But you know what? I enjoyed it. I don't care anymore. I mean, okay, it doesn't bother me anymore. I do care. I need to stop saying I don't care, and then, you know, I do care. I'm getting better. It's a struggle. It's a personal struggle to fix stuff like that. So if Miguel's still here, take your time finding the video. I'm not in any rush. Otherwise, yeah, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, or just in general, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not in a hurry. Next time, though, I will probably stream earlier just so we can be done sooner. But I don't really care today. Def, watch that link I sent? Perfect, will do. I got other clips, I guess.
$1, 4 quarters, and dime. It's like you are printing money.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know what the problem is, Doctor. It's this time of the year. Everybody's festive. I just can't join the party. There's something missing in my life.
Just remember, the most important thing is to have fun.
Stop putting so much pressure on me.
think we should have sex.
Me too. That didn't happen! You're a virgin!
Oh my god, that clip is so fucking loud. I apologize. Sometimes I forget how loud that clip is.
We know we're under attack! We know it! We're breaking the conditioning!
Yeah! Coming for you, globalists!
Son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker. Listen, fuckhead.
You have fucking crossed the line. Get that through your goddamn fucking head. Stop pushing your shit.
You're making me very uncomfortable. Please leave. Please leave.
Hey, that's pretty good. I have crippling depression.
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I fucking hate video games. Because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
Cause I was drugged the fuck out, bro. I was drugged out. So we keep on saying, I hate you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You know, sometimes you need some crazy motherfuckers to change something.
What else do I have on here? Here we go.
I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it. You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Yeah, they actually pulled iDubbbz' Leafy video. I saw that. I don't keep my head firmly in the ground. I know they pulled that for sure. Uh-oh, what happened to the YouTube stream? Okay, it's still there. I was about to say, did they axe me already? Let me, YouTube, at least let me finish this stream, please. Let me go out in a blaze of glory. Just let me have this one, please. I'm actually, I actually looked up some stats about my channel. I'm actually one of the top 200 channels by volume. And by what that means is by number of videos. Not that that's a real medal I should be pinning on myself, but I mean, I'll take what I can get at this point, right? You know, like, my channel hasn't really grown too much in almost a decade, but you know what? Some people are destined for greatness. I like to waddle around in the mud. It keeps me grounded. How many videos? Well, that's a good question. We can actually look it up right now if I find the tab. Where is it? Here it is. It's a website called Let's Play Index. I have 12,502 videos currently live on my channel. In fact, I'll even drop the link. That's the link right there. So 12,005, and that's just live, by the way. There's a lot more that I have taken down over the years because I'm not content with it. I don't like it anymore. There's playthroughs, entire playthroughs I've never uploaded. No, I didn't finish Dragon Age Origins, actually, so it's not an entire playthrough, but I did get really far in it, and I never finished it. There's a whole playthrough of 007 Bloodstone I never uploaded. That is like the last vestige of 2012 me, and I've never uploaded it. I recorded it at the time of GTA, I think, roughly, and I was like, this game sucks. Let me show you why this game sucks. And I mean, it was a good playthrough. I had fun, and yeah, I was at 13,000 at one point. I took down some videos. I got rid of them. I didn't like them. I mean, I kind of, like, it's one of those things. But yeah, by volume, I'm really high up there on that chart, and I'll take what I can get. Like, the top viewed game I have is Assassin's Creed Rogue because of that one video I made showing where to get the treasure. I honestly didn't make that for views. I made it because I was really, like, into the game, and I'm like, okay, listen. This is probably the worst thing in the game, so here's me doing it, you know? So now I can just show people how to get it done, so they don't have to run around. Yeah, all that talking archived for the internet. I actually downloaded all my videos, by the way. I downloaded all of them. So if anything happens to the channel, even if I can never re-upload them ever again, they exist somewhere, right? Like, I'm safe. My history is not just gonna disappear one night, and then I just lose all these videos, because I don't save these videos on my hard drive. It would be it's terabytes actually of stuff. So yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me make sure you didn't DM me. I'm sorry. I don't know how DMs on Twitch work. So I don't know if I'm messing up. It's like 1 terabyte. You gotta remember, a lot of these early videos weren't that big. It wasn't until like 2017 when I started doing 27 or 720p all the time. And then I didn't start streaming a lot until 2016. And then I stopped, and then I started, then I stopped, and I started, and then I stopped, and now I'm here. So the duration, if you were to watch all my stuff, would last you 190 days from start to finish. So, like, I'm just like, you could look down this list. My God of War 3 playthrough actually got big for some reason. I have no clue why. Modern Warfare 2 because of that one video I did. StarCraft because of random stupidity I used to do with my friends. It's not even really playthroughs I'm known for here, honestly. Oh, this is some funky music. I'd say that the first, like, I made a video on Mass Effect. Lightning Returns is the first playthrough on here I'm really proud of, because I really liked Lightning Returns. Was it really 279 videos? Maybe it was. I don't remember. GTA 4 was okay. Tales of Exilia was okay. Tales of Exilia 2. I remember I played all those God of War games. Here it is. Alright. Let me open this up. I'm spooked by this. Okay. How Metroid fans expected Other M to go. I'll put this in the Discord too, so we can archive this. No, dude, don't worry. I actually enjoyed having this cooldown talk session. It was pretty fun. Like I said, it's all good, dude. I have fun. Video by Miguel. There you go. So yeah, I'll post that there if Web you want to watch it, and if Lum shows up, Lum is welcome to join or whatever. He can do anything. That's my thing. You guys can come and go as you please. It's as much your stream as it is mine. I mean, that's the glory of having small streams. You know, you don't have to have pressure or anything, and I'm okay with that. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. I mean, it's already midnight my time, and I appreciate it. I mean, it's hard to put it into words how much it means. And there will be more streams. I will advise. So if you want to follow, subscribe, like, join the Discord, I won't show myself again because I already feel dirty. Live in PA, so same here. Yeah, you're in my time zone. So yeah, it's been a good night. Miguel, I hope to see you again. Oh, by the way, he says. Uh-oh. You will stream. Uh-oh. I'm really scared. Don't say Other M. Don't do it. Another Metroid 2 remake? Oh my god. He scared the shit out of me with this. Thank you for following. I'm gonna let it play first. Oh, it stops right when we get to the good part. I won't promise I will, but I'll say yeah, if I could find it still, maybe I will. Because I mean, you know what? I like Samus Returns, but I can't really stream 3DS games. So I'll look into it as a stream game. I'll give you that much for sure. With the mods of Reddit, flip table. I'll look into it for sure, because that could be a stream game, and I never played it, so I don't know. I don't know too much about it. I do know that it has like backwards walking and stuff, so I think that'll be pretty all right. So yeah, if you guys have any final thoughts, anything to say? Have a good night. See you next stream. Yeah, no, Sir Webb, I appreciate you dropping by. Listen, I appreciate you being a fan and watching. It means a lot, dude. Shark is love, or I'm sorry, Shirk is love, Shirk is life. I actually did a half playthrough on Shrek 2 with some of my friends. We were chilling at one of our friends' houses, and we were throwing out some some saucy memes. I remember that playthrough. It was quite enjoyable, actually. But yeah, I will see you guys later. And peace. Have a good night. Oh, one last thing. The next stream will probably be either Tuesday or Thursday, because I'm gonna do stuff tomorrow. On the 6th, I don't know what day the 6th is. What day is the 6th? Thursday? Perfect. I'm gonna do the live letter for Final Fantasy, and I will look into another Metroid 2 remake. I will look into that over the weekend, or at least by next Thursday I'll start to look into it. But Thursday is the Final Fantasy live letter, and then maybe I'll play a little bit of Final Fantasy 14, and then I'll go from there. So let me actually write that down in the Discord. I put ASMR. I am so sorry. Holy crap. Because it does look like ASMR a bit. I don't know, maybe like next Saturday stream? I'll see. I don't know what day I'll stream it on, but we'll get to that. But yeah, so next Tuesday we'll probably play something random, and then Thursday will be Final Fantasy, and then Saturday after that will be something else. So yeah, okay. Just wanted to throw out the schedule. I know. Okay, we're really done now. I promise. We're really done. Let's keep talking. I think I'm gonna call it, dude. About. We're gonna have to put me in just talking for this, man. I'm in the wrong category on Twitch. They're gonna fuck me up, dude. They're gonna take my lunch money. They're gonna take my lunch bits. I'm hurt. I don't even have bits. I actually have a lot of stuff. Super Smash Bros. Brawl History Mode. Or Super Smash Bros. History Mode. Brawl had a very weird story, and I didn't like Brawl that much. And then they never brought it back. I like Melee Adventure Mode, though. I really did. Alright, well, I'm really gonna go this time. If you want to, if you want, you can join the Discord. It has a link. But otherwise, I'm gonna chill and get something to drink. So, peace, guys. Good night. Have a fun time. Ultimate, I didn't really play World of Light. I plan to do a playthrough of it. I haven't done it yet, though, because I'm bad. I'm bad at that. I'm bad at doing playthroughs. In case that wasn't too apparent. I'm really bad at it. I'm also bad at streaming, as what's his name said, Sir Webb. Yeah, Sakurai. All right, well, I'll see you later, Miguel. You got the schedule, and I'll let you know what's what. So, peace. Have a good night, man. Didn't that? Yeah, he didn't add. I did a podcast on that a long time ago. Because of YouTubers. I remember that. I remembered that. Wasn't it? He said he didn't add cinematics to Ultimate because the cutscenes would be on YouTube the next day, right? And he wanted it to be a fresh experience for people. I remember that because I was like, dude, that's how the internet works. Everything you do in a game is gonna be leaked on day -10. I remember specifically saying that. Like, there's games that come out and they get leaked on like day -10. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. Now I know everything about the game. The game isn't even out for another few days. That's how I knew not to buy Pokemon. I knew not to buy Pokemon because the literal developers came out and told me they were going to be lazy. So why would I buy it? It's kind of crazy. All right, you get one final topic. I'll say this. One final one, because then otherwise I feel bad for being in the Metroid Fusion directory for so long. And also Toonami. Kirby being a post-apocalyptic game. I need to see the dissertation on that one. Just because. Oh shit. Why isn't this working? Oh my god, fucking Elite Snowman King. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm the fucking worst. Oh my god. I'm the worst. That's another guy I love right there. He's been through my streams when they were really fucking shit. There's a planet that is what, Earth? Actually, you want to know a game that is a good argument for being a post-apocalyptic Nintendo game? Pikmin. Pikmin takes place on Earth, and that's distinctly one of the things about it. Is like you go there, you find Duracell batteries and stuff. Well, YouTube chat isn't working on my what is it? Streamlabs, I think it is. Fuck it, I'm popping the chat out if it's not gonna work. I mean, it's too late now, but if he does show up, I'll at least have it over there. Actually, I haven't refreshed my YouTube page in a bit. Okay, where's Twitch? Like climate change, and that takes us to the theory of all Nintendo sagas. Well, I can tell you for sure it happened in the Pikmin universe. That's the implication, is it's a place that humans left or they just aren't around anymore. Which is really crazy when you think about it. I really kind of like that. I wouldn't say that about all Nintendo franchises, though. Advance Wars is supposed to be, or what was it, Days of Ruin, I think, was supposed to be based on... No, is it based on Riverworld? Crap, I can't remember. It's kind of crazy, actually. Yeah, I have enough monitors. I'm really bad at this. Alright, I'm definitely piecing out at 12:30 though, for sure. I was supposed to piece out a while ago. KL2, Samus. Well, KL2 is a colony. They specifically say KL2 is a colony. A mining colony, I think. See, you'd have to read the manga to know this. Other M, you could have handled this one real nicely, you know. Could have established everything if you're gonna spend 10 hours talking about nothing. God, that game is such a waste, man. I've never been more disappointed ever in a video game ever, and I do feel bad, you know. Deleted messages. What the hell? Oh, I can show timestamp. That's pretty lit. There you go. Emotes only chat. They got a lot of stuff, honestly. Did they ever name the Federation Central Planet? I kind of feel like they didn't. I feel like that's, I don't remember, honestly, even if it does. I know it's not Earth. I know Earth exists in the Metroid universe, apparently, but it's never visited and it's never really talked about. Because if you do that, it kind of takes away from the idea that it's, like, a standalone universe. You know? If you center everything around Earth, then it's not the same. God, I wish they'd make another Star Fox game. Just like Assault, but longer. Or like Adventures. I thought Adventures was really cool, how it was like a mix of Star Fox and Zelda. I like that a lot, honestly. And then they just never brought it back. I was so sad. They have this game that like blends the both of them so nicely together. What can you do? You know, I tried. I tried. I supported the shit out of them at some points. I like that Twitch now shows your bitrate as, you know, actively. I kind of this streaming dashboard kind of grew on me a little bit. Can I even run a 60-second ad break? I don't even want to click it, but I feel like they would. Tried Gato Roboto? Gato Roboto? I've never heard of that. I like how Tales of Vesperia is in my top playthroughs, and I never even really did anything with it. Alright, let me put this back in there. Very nice. Poor everything. I don't know if I had a different name in English. Cat Robot? Robot Cat? It's Metroidvania? No, I've never heard of it. Let me look it up. No, apparently that's the name in English too. It's on Steam. No, I never tried it. It's a Metroidvania. Apparently, it looks like Undertale. It has the same kind of look as Undertale, I guess. Oh, it's on Switch too, huh? Maybe it was in a direct and I just never noticed it. Pounce inside your cozy armored mech and set off on a dangerous trek through an alien underground full of irritable creatures and treacherous obstacles. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the old school look of it. You can try it in one direct. It's a cat. Yeah, it looks like a old Game Boy game, like OG Game Boy. I actually we were talking about indie a little while ago. It has nothing but good reviews. Even the one negative review on here is like it has a bunch of positives. And I mean a whole lot of negatives, but you know, fair enough. You get 19 good reviews and one negative. I think that you're pretty set. Yeah, I'll actually add this to my Steam wish list. I won't make any big promises about this though, because I'm trying not to buy any Steam games for a little bit. I kind of splurged a little bit too much at Christmas for the year-end sale. What was it? Roboto. Portal? I already own Portal. I did a playthrough on Portal years ago. I already played, beat it, everything. Maybe not the radios, though. I might have done that for a trophy, but I don't know if I did that otherwise. Alright, I'm getting ready to get out of here, because I gotta go eat and other things. So... How do you not, how can you do this anymore? What a timeline we live in, honestly. I used to play Portal on the daily, honestly, back when it was, I remember there was one day I beat it, I think, what was it, 3 times in a row? It was either I beat it once a day for 3 days in a row, or one day 3 times in a row. I can't even remember my own lore. But I was really into Portal for like a little bit, because I found out it was like in the Half-Life universe, so I was like, oh my god, I gotta hop on that, dude. And then Valve totally just abandoned me to my fate. Which is terrible, because I was honestly a huge fan of Portal. How much time's left on this song? Oh, I'm not waiting out this song. I'm like, oh, 20 minutes. I gotta get more stream music. That's one other thing I gotta do. Definitely gotta take a minute to do that. All right. This is like a 60-second countdown. I'm gonna peace out because it's late. I'm gonna eat something and then I'm gonna watch anime because I am a weeaboo. That's what I do. Ah. All right, this is I'm about to leave for real this time. Take your best shot. Speaking of which, where's the sound clip I like? Where the video game? Yep.
Where the video games? No! 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 Damn!
Okay. Well, about the old rumors of a Metroid anime? I have not. I'm sorry. Alright. Well, I'm going to definitely split now because I'm actually starting to yawn. So, fair enough. I do appreciate you stopping by, Miguel. And there will be more streams for sure. On Tuesday evening. Tuesday, yeah, I'll try Tuesday. It won't be as long. And then on Thursday for sure, I'll definitely do something. So, I appreciate it, man. Take it easy. Have a good night. And I will see you on the flip side, my friends.
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch! What? It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
How can you not grasp such a simple game? Are you failing on purpose?
I never asked for this.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
More teens are having luck, finding summer jobs.
Oh, that's a lot of damage! I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care. Jerry. I mean, this is look, man. I am suffering. It's hard to take. How many years? How? What game were you watching?
This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth. The man cannot play the game.